Good evening and welcome to the most prestigious video game award show of all times, the Anti-Claus Prime. Oh, excuse me? Yes. Yeah, we're in the middle of it. Yeah, I figured it's not prestigious looking at this shitty setup. What do you mean? What do you mean, no award show? What's the fucking... I don't know what the fuck this shit. Guten Abend. Good evening. Konnichiwa. Ich hoffe, ihr seid alle vorbereitet. Good evening, Marty. Hold on, let me... Bitte Ton, sehr schön. Let me go through this. Manly, you were first. I think Taya was very close. No, Taya actually typed first, but who knows? Thank you. Welcome. Being so early. Really, I was kind of nervous. Sorrow, welcome. Marty, welcome. Natsuki, welcome. And anyone that's lurking, or anyone that I missed because I'm a douchebag, sorry, but welcome nonetheless. But I think we're good. I don't know. Warte. Es gibt keine Show. There is no show. That's why I'm fucking out of here. How is the music in the background? Because this is like the volume that I will try to keep. Let me know if the music's too low or too loud. That was... I don't know if it was great, and it took way longer than it should have. But I felt like, you know... I felt like it. Let me switch. We will be going here. And yeah, I wrote down a fuck ton of notes, and I will try to read chat and my notes at the same time and not fuck up too much. Seafood buffet. Hoagie, I'm sorry, you were scammed. There is no seafood buffet. You are the seafood, maybe. Might be. Yeah, it was, Marty. Darn, yeah, I'm sorry to disappoint, but get used to it. You've been here. You are used to it already. Yeah, what will we do today? I wrote down a few cons and pros for the games that I picked. And I'll talk about those cons first, because I don't want to linger on the negative shit too much. And I might come up with a few points why things are placed in the order they are. I don't want to talk about too many negative things. That's why we'd have no worst games of the year or some bullshit like that. did an awesome job. I'm not sure, but thank you very much, Marty. I'll go through some. I got some honorable mentions as well and some other bullshit, but I'll bring up my top 10. And if you guys have a list, let me know. If you bring up a game that is on my list, I will not talk too much about it, because otherwise I'll keep repeating myself. That's a habit I do have anyways, so I don't need to talk more. But yeah, let's get this shit started. Do you have snacks? Do you have drinks? All that jazz? And I can switch to German in between if someone feels more comfortable like that. We don't have... Like, Manly, if you don't want to discuss shit in English, chat in German. I don't care. Everyone in here knows that's what's happening constantly, so... Yeah. Let me bring up my notes. And, let's start. This will trigger Marty, for sure, this music. But that's fine. No, I don't speak German. I speak horrible mix of everything. Let's start with the first thing, and I have it separately, is the VR game of the year for me. And I will bring up the Steam page for that stuff, because I don't want to constantly like switch categories or something. So let's jump in there. I play too little VR to is this one word? I don't know. Battle Sisters, yeah. I'll use these. Ooh, hold on. Chill. I'll use the Steam page a lot, maybe YouTube videos. You have top 10, disappointed, top 5. Best of all time. Cool older games I played and games missed. Nice. Yeah, I have a few things like that. Let's see where we can fit it in. It had a lot of love, I just... not for me. And the interesting thing is, I don't... in a war, yeah, that's a good still, by the way. There is... the Steam stats are like, yeah, these are the VR games you played. And it was like Stray and Thymesia. I'm like, I did not play them in VR. I'm pretty sure they don't support VR. Why are they in this fucking list? And supposedly, I only played 2% of Elite Dangerous in VR. I'm like, nah, that's basically the only thing I played in VR this year. Besides, of course, a 40k game. It's Battle Sister. I don't know if I want a trailer or just... yeah, let's do this. I love Vampire Survivors music in the background. It's perfect. Yeah. Or let's have the trailer play without sound while I try talk about my notes, if I can find them. You played 3 VR games. What was it, Taya? I mean, for me, all VR games suffer from the controls being really awkward. Like, really awkward. Like, 99% of VR games are just really odd. And I just mostly played for the head tracking. So, yeah. And a lot of them have, like, shitty graphics. Because it's so demanding on your system. So, But... and that goes for this game. Like, Battle Sisters, the same thing. It's really awkward to get used to it. You do get used to it. Is the trailer done? Does it not keep playing or something? That would be nice. No, it doesn't. Maybe the circles through the pictures. Maybe it does. Maybe it doesn't. Oh, I think it does. But VR, like... Taya, you know, since you played VR, you can't talk or explain VR. It is something you have to witness. It always sounds like shit, but it is something you have to witness. And if, even with shitty graphics, like the immersion into a game in VR is just amazing. And having one of my favorite worlds of all time in VR is just fucking fantastic. That's why I don't do VR streams, because it just looks shit if you just watch it. You bought at least 5 VR games this year and you played none. You have to change that. I could have bought PlayStation VR 2. Once you get into the controls, they're very... there's a lot of games that are actually intuitive, but some... Yeah, I know. VR is fun, and I rarely get motion sick. Yeah, or simulation sickness it is, but who cares? Yes, it blows your mind, even if it looks shitty. And even on lower settings, it feels like you're in Warhammer 40k. This is just fucking amazing. I mean, you're playing a battle nun in Battle Sister. What else would I want to do? I mean, yeah. You get the quest too? Yeah, it's the same thing I have. It's good. It's good. It's, if you want to connect it to your Steam library, it's a bit iffy, but it is good. From French Amazon. Okay, how much did you pay? 350 or something? There was a time where they were really expensive. Yeah, I got it from a friend. Yeah, 350 is amazing. Yeah, if you have cut off hands in VR, it is a bit... It takes away from the immersion. I'd rather have no hands sometimes, but yeah, it is odd. Yeah, I mean, it's not for everyone, but it's fun. Now, I will talk about the Gaze completion and what we are gonna do with this year. Beat Saber is good, but it is stressful. That's like sport. Beat Saber is video game sports. If you have played Super Hot, it's very close to it. Oh, nice. I will play over the weekend a lot. I will count them. If they're listed in the Discord, I will count them, and I'll... Yeah, maybe we'll do a proper competition again. Okay, let's go to the honorable mentions. Unless someone has to add to the VR stuff. So I got honorable mentions for games that I, in my first draft, had on the top 10. Or that I bought too late or played too little of to actually have an opinion. Like I didn't play a lot of games, and not enough, obviously. And I think, mainly, if you then want to add your honorable mentions on top of that, just let me know. I got like 3. I picked 3 that sounded decent. Otherwise, I'll be talking for hours. Let's go to honorable mention. Ghostwire Tokyo. I know that you will too. Nice. Good. The more people play that game, the better. Yeah, Ghostwire Tokyo, I know that Marty loves the game, or loves it more than I do. It was good. It was entertaining, but it got really boring really quick. But yeah, it is... Like, the appeal got lost after a while because it was always the same. And, that first impression... I don't know. Which is a bit of a shame because the setting is so unique. Like, it's not like we don't have any Japanese games, but the Shibura, or whatever it was really nicely done, and with the magics and so forth. I'm glad it didn't become a Evil Within, but yeah. It is odd. If it's, I'm pretty sure this game will be like PlayStation Plus or Game Pass or something along those lines, or really cheap, because it sadly didn't perform as well as it should have. The recreation of the world is so good, but the gameplay was just not enough for me to say this is an amazing game. And I don't mind grinding, but at some point there was nothing special anymore. Yeah, exactly, Marty. I agree. It is lovely, and I'm actually hoping for a sequel. Like, a sequel would be really nice. I think when Resident Evil 7 in VR. Ooh, that's something. I don't dare playing that in VR. I don't want my neighbors to find me dead after a heart attack. But yeah, come on, there's more trailers, I know that. But yeah, how many, hold on, you had, let me check, what did you say? You had disappointed, bad of all time, cool older games. Okay, we'll do the negative stuff after the honorable mentions later on. And then the cooler older games, we'll do that later on. Combat wasn't after. I think it was. It wasn't bad. It was just not fucking amazing. I don't know. I don't think I could play that game in VR. I don't know. Maybe I could. What do I know? Maybe my heart is stronger than I thought. Yeah, it has some good, but I don't know if I could have forced myself to finish the game. I did there's this kitchen demo. I think it was called The Kitchen on PlayStation. I'm like, no. After that demo, I was done. Now, honorable mention too is Need for Speed Unbound. Is this on Steam? I think it is. We were talking about that. It has some weird effects. Ja, das Ende von Resident Evil 7 brauchen wir nicht drüber reden. Like Need for Speed, I mean, it's shitty music, of course. It is cringe dialogue, all the street racing bullshit, and I thought that these visual things you see, like the cartoony effects and all that I would hate them. I really thought, and I think Manly mentioned he doesn't like them. Yeah, it is. I'm actually liking it more than I thought. I don't mind those special effects, but that's very divisive. Because on paper it sounds like shit. On paper it sounds like the worst idea ever conceived for a Need for Speed game, which says a lot because the last Need for Speed games were not too great. But I'm actually liking it, and the driving is better than all the previous games. Because it feels like a fucking Burnout game, because it is made by the people who made the Burnout games. Criterion were always better than any other people doing those. I don't need music, thank you very much. Criterion is really good, and I love their games. I'm not the fan of like the whole you're being chased by cops, but that's with the street racing bullshit, that's just how it is. But on the online game mode, it didn't. Yeah, this game was, I don't want to say it was shadow dropped, but it was revealed like a month before it was released. There's no advertising, nothing. I think they lost the faith in it, or EA is just really inept. Looking at their release dates of Titanfall, maybe they're just fucking idiots. Not assholes, we knew that, but they might just be idiots, incompetent idiots. It is better than 3 or 4 last games, yes. But it's just, I played like 8 hours. I think I really like this game, but I didn't want to include it in the top 10, even if I'm really enjoying it. The more I play, the more I enjoy it. But it's not enough for a top 10 game, you know? And yes, it's EA. And that's why I didn't buy it at full price. It's way too expensive. And the next honorable mention, Dying Light 2. That was actually on my spot 10 originally. But they fucked it up. Nah, I don't know. Battlefield 5 was okay, just the hackers were a fucking nuisance. That was the issue. I can just mute this, you know? Then I don't have to care. Battlefield 5 was good. Did you like Dying Light 1, Manly? Like, this is... I mean, I think I stated this. This is just my impression. I'm never telling anyone they shouldn't like something. I might not understand it with a lot of games because I'm, you know, dense sometimes. But I don't want to hate on anyone's people. That's why I don't have too many negative categories. You Platinum did. Oh, wow. I hated the story of the first. And the story and writing in the second are even worse, if you ask me, because they went through like 5 different writers and had to rewrite the story and the whole "this is so important, everything you do," like the whole shebang they always keep talking about. This was even worse in this game than in others. Oh, it actually plays the video. Nice. This is bullshit. Nothing works. Is your number 3? Okay, nice. I mean, if you enjoyed it, I didn't hate it. It's just, it was not as great. And the most negative issue for me was the zombies did not fucking matter in the second. It is, I mean, it was nearly in my top 10, so I had fun with it. But the zombies don't matter. You fight humans, they're more important, or the bigger things, but you just run past them. Yeah, and the Hakon was, and yeah. Don't get me started on Hakon, unless you want to rant. The core gameplay is fucking fun, and I actually prefer how they did change the day-night cycle. You can actually go outside at night without being screwed over, because I hated nighttime in the first, or I don't want to say I hated it. I was fucking afraid. I didn't go out at night in the first game. Like, after the first time, I did not go out. I always slept at nighttime. It was just not as great as I had hoped to, because the tools don't feel as cool. Like the kite doesn't feel as nice as I was hoping to, and the hook didn't feel as fluid either. It was just not as memorable. I enjoyed my time in the first more than in the second. I can Manly send me a text. I'll send you a link because I imported the Austrian version. I'll send you the vendor. You have to pay because it's an 18 plus game. You have to pay some extra shipping, but they have amazing service. So I'm pretty sure they have the oh, hold on, I'll just I think it's, yeah. This is where I order my uncut games. I don't mind advertising. I think it's DE. They're amazing, and you can probably pick it up there in like somewhere in Bochum or so. You can order it there and just pick it up there. That's even cheaper. You just ask Tim. Yeah, that's an option. It's not an option that Manly has, but yeah. Problems the store version for your friend? Oh, because he can't download it. Yeah, that doesn't have a drive. Oh fuck yeah. And they don't offer gifted copies or something. I didn't think about that. Yeah. But I think it was not really. Is it not even in the store? Because it was not really an issue. That supposedly the game was not even cut. So I just ordered it way too early. It should not even be cut. So who knows? Maybe do some research. Maybe you can just buy the German version, in the Xbox store, and you're good. Or try that. Hey, Bulldog, good evening. Welcome in. Now I will briefly talk about my disappointment of the year. I think everyone knows. But yeah. No worries, Bulldog. You didn't miss much. We didn't even start with the top 10. No, violence against enemies that look like humans is a really big deal in Germany. The first one I own on Steam. I do own it, but I can't even check the Steam page for the first. Yep. Supposedly it's uncut. I can't even look at Steam does not even display the first game, even though I have it in my list. I played it, like, yeah, it won't display it. It's, yeah, bullshit. Who cares? Yeah, most disappointed game. Big surprise. Horizon Forbidden West. It's not a bad game at all. But man, was it a disappointment for me. Hold on, can we find... Yes, it was a disappointment. No, not live. I wanted to go to videos. It was not what I was hoping for. Let's play some video in the background. Did I not even upload it? Yes, I did. Let's play this a bit while we talk. I don't want to focus on the bad things. That's why it's only the disappointed game, not a shitty game. Because disappointment means I was really, really looking forward to. And you guys know how much I loved the first one. And I was probably, if it weren't coming out when Elden Ring dropped, I would probably have been more annoying. It's like, I want to play this, I want to play this. But yeah, it was something I had high hopes for. But if you saw me play this, you probably remember how pissed I was in nearly each session because something came up. Like Aloy won't shut the fuck up for 5 seconds. She's backseating. Like, she comes. I'm in. At nighttime, in the middle of a jungle, I see a ruin, and I head there, and before I even realize what is happening, what you have to do there, she's like, well, maybe if I move this, I can climb up there and get this. Like, what the fuck, Aloy? Let me look, I'm an old man in a dark forest. Let me have a fucking look at the shit before you spoil it. Yeah, go ahead. And it was buggy. The first one was not buggy. The first one was perfect. It was a technical marvel without flaws. This was still beautiful. But it did not work. I had so many issues. I like her. I liked her in the first, and the second she was kind of annoying. I had enemies that didn't fall over, that stood upright when they were dead, sliding across the battlefield. I had animations not linking in properly, and it just felt rushed. They needed more time. I'm so sure they needed more time, because supposedly this is all fixed by now. Supposedly, I didn't touch it in a long time. I should finish it. I played a lot. I think I put 80 hours in it. I'm not sure, but I played a lot. And the gameplay was mostly better than the first one. Just nothing too special. It was nothing too new. I was just too annoyed too often, you know? And it certainly was too unpolished for demanding 80 fucking euros. It was the first game I had to pay 80 euros for, and that was maybe pissing me off more than it should. Your most disappointed one was SCORN, number 5. 5, okay. We'll talk about SCORN later on. Yeah, and I know why people are disappointed in SCORN, but we'll talk about that later on. Spoilers, it's in my top 10. What was your number 4 then? I'll keep this playing. You can tell me all your... Yeah, I know that the Total War was... The campaign was bullshit until the DLC came, yeah. I heard that a lot. I haven't played enough, and I'm not sure if I will play enough to form an opinion, but yeah. Trek to Yomi was something I was thinking about, but it didn't look like my thing. It is supposedly good, but I think Manly expected something else. Return to Monkey Island because of the visuals, or what? Because it's supposedly a good game. Yeah, only that. It is very... I mean... For me, Monkey Island is the first one I played on Amiga. Everything after that is... fancy shit. Modern fancy crap. Nah. Yeah, I don't know. It's a shame. A lot of people don't seem to like the Monkey Island. Deadly Premonition 2, supposedly it is just a shit game. I mean, Deadly Premonition is a shit game. Everyone knows that, but the port or the technical issues are supposedly horrible. Like the Switch game is even worse. You get like... Yeah, I know a lot of people love, and I think I would have gotten into it if it had worked properly. No, I think the Switch version came out last year and the Steam version came out this year. I'm pretty sure. Otherwise it would not count. It was a Switch exclusive, and I know they brought it, they ported it, but no one cares about the game. Oh, 2020 already. Fucking hell. Okay. I thought it was 2021, but yeah. Did you not like it because it was broken, or because it was not as fun as the first one? Yeah, in the teens, if you were lucky. The FPS on butt was in the teens. Butt? Es war so langweilig, okay. Yeah, boring. That'll do it. A boring game is even worse than a bad game, you know? That's why you have it as a disappointed game, huh? Yeah, it didn't look cool. But then, I think the first one didn't look cool either. What was your most disappointing game of 2022 then? If that was only your number 2 spot. Well, yeah, I'm not surprised. You didn't like it? Or was it just boring? It doesn't look appealing to me at all. I bet, to me, it doesn't look like a bad game, but it doesn't look like anything new. I don't care about animations being recycled. They should do that. But it looks just like DLC. A lot of DLC, but nothing new. But maybe that's enough. For a lot of people, that's enough. More of the same. Oh yeah, well, see, I'm using photo mode. Who would have thought? They should. I mean, most of people's PP would actually probably fit through a CD hole, so they should. Like, tiny wiener energy could work. Don't quote me on that. Synchro is shitty, okay. I mean, yes, Atreus was annoying in the first, and I didn't want to play another game with him. If it's cheap, I will probably pick it up because it looks good. But fucking hell. And I think it got more rewards than it should have because it was so fucking recent. Yeah, I heard that right before the last area or boss fight or whatever, you unlock basically another complete game, like the arena or the crater or something, which like pads out the gameplay so much. Yeah. It's a shame because it probably is technically a marvel. Just like Horizon Zero, not Zero Dawn, Forbidden West. Hugo from Plague Tale. I heard like Rumbling said he got it when he deserved in a second, but I don't know. And I don't really want to be too spoiling. I don't care if I'm spoiled, but I didn't research it. You did not have to buy it. Yeah, that's good. So you had disappointing games. Anyone else chime in on what they really didn't like this year? Oh no. Yuga was one of the reasons I hated the first and the end. It was just too much. He's a ghost? No way. But Wilbert was a ghost. Wow. Yeah, I mean, if let's get the negative stuff out of the way. If someone has disappointing or aggravating or bad games, let me know. Now's the time before we go to the cool stuff. No, Marty, we were talking about Die Hard because it's a Christmas movie. Bruce Willis is the ghost of a Christmas past. Idiot. No real disappointments. Good. That's good. I wish. Rambo the video game. Yeah, I saw Angry Joe's video of that, and Jesus fucking Christ. But Rambo the video game was like 7 years ago. That's why the worst game of all times. It's a rail shooter, and a bad one at that. Well, if someone hates you this game, it's like The Room. I think we know what Bulldog played. I'm not sure which one was a new release though, because Typo Man was not a. Was it the Candle game? Was that a 2022 game? trying to figure out which the 2022 game was that you played. Story, do you have any shitty games to add to the pile before we move on to greater ventures? Darktide is the only game you played that was released this year. It's a good one though. Special prize for Kidai? Okay. Overwatch 2. That's not a game from 2022. It's just a game that got a sticker this year that added a 2. It's the old game. No, it isn't. I know they claim it's a game from this year, but it's the old game with a sticker on it and a new lighting. New game. At least it's free. But yeah, you can't tell me it's the same game. And that's exactly why I didn't want to talk too much about negative things. But yeah, I think if you slap a fucking sticker on the box of Overwatch 1, it's more effort than they put in. But yeah, I'm sorry. And I know a lot of people are looking forward to it, and a lot of people are disappointed. I actually thought about trying it, but the more I see, the less I care. Now, Manly, erklär mal, was deine Kategorie ist. I'm curious what you have to say. What do you have to say for yourself, young man? I don't have enough drink. Okay, hit me, Manly. The game that sent you back to your childhood. Darktide is finished, basically. It's not a full game, like a full price game. So there's a lot of people hating on Darktide, but we'll be talking about Darktide later on as well. Return to Monkey Island for me. Yeah, I think that is what they were hoping for. Ah, okay, yeah, great. We'll play. I'm basically playing it on a daily basis. Sorrow, so hit me up when you see me online. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm pretty sure Marty loves it as well. Yeah, I'm just not a brawler, or is that a brawler? I don't know. Beat 'em up, yeah. I know that a lot of people hate it, and I am pretty sure if I had played it, it would send me back to my childhood of the. The first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie, like the live action movie, I actually saw that in theaters, and I liked it. You have to finish it the next days. Yeah, cool. Then you'll finish it this year still. That's possible. That's good. A lot of people seem to like that. That's good. That's good. Now, anyone something shitty or a special category? Nah, that's from 21, I think. That came in summer of 21. I think. Or did it come in time for for Halloween? That could be an option as well. I don't know. Anything special before we move on and stop looking at Aloy's butt, which is okay, but there's my stupid face right by it as well. I was never good at now I want to go to the shop. Oh, yeah, that's good. I was never good at beat 'em ups. Like Double Dragon, I liked that. I'm just really bad. Really bad. Like, really, really bad. February 21, yeah, so it was not even summer, it was early, okay. I will be talking about the missed games before we go to the top 3. So then you can chime in. Victoria 3. I don't care about the genre, so Victoria is. Oh, it's on my ignored list, but that doesn't matter. Oh yeah, it's not my genre, but but why were you not happy with it, Hoagie? What's wrong with it? I didn't play it, so I have no idea. It looks perfectly fine, but then again, it's a fucking trailer. What do I know? Of course it looks fine in I shouldn't say that. There's a lot of shitty trailers out there. What was it that I watched the other day where the trailer was already shit? What was it? Or like, the trailer doesn't even hit 30 FPS. I don't remember what it was. But yeah, the reviews are mixed. Why? Don't buy this now, wait for 6 months for the bugs to be sorted. Bones of great games, but severely lacks depth. There are mouse problems? What? Mouse problems? Ooh. Come on, sort your shit out. I want with all my heart to recommend this game. Don't wait for more DLCs. Okay, so it's short on... Manly, no one cares about the quality of your English here. You... you know that. My English is shit. I just act like it's good. Well, maybe they did. Okay, maybe they did. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Paradox is like, to me, from my impression, are like the masters of these kind of games. And they're cannibalizing the market for themselves. And if you then fuck up, like if I see the label of Paradox Interactive, I know exactly what I get. That's good. But if you then bring up subpar shit, you either tarnish the franchise or you... Yeah. But the winter sale seems to be very stacked. Okay for Paradox is... Yeah, okay. I get it. And yeah, that's why I don't dislike games like that. I just dislike the fact that I'm too dumb for stuff like that. I'm just... I can't. I can't. I can't even play Warhammer Total War without the tutorial because I'm... And I'm not... Yeah. I want to play it. I really love it, but I'm not good at it. Even when they came out in November, yeah, there's... And that's the good thing about PC. Like, everything is on sale. Marty, I think you're doing okay. Hobby games. I thought they're called dad games because only old farts like us play them, but obviously not. Okay. See, this is exactly what I wanted. We're not talking about anything that I've written down. That's perfect. Exactly what I wanted. I try new things because I think there's always good games that you didn't think you would like. And I think it is healthy to try something, but don't spend like $60 on a game that I'm not sure I like. But maybe I'm an idiot. And I think things like Game Pass or just demos are a good way to do that. Maybe you just need someone to recommend you something that's out of your comfort zone. Maybe that's what you need to. Sorry, the song just made me smile. Tinykin. Is that something on PC? Or do I have to Google it? Tinykin. Oh, there it is. That certainly doesn't look like something I would like. Manly likes it, obviously. Yeah, I wanna see gameplay. The thing is, High on Life doesn't take me out of my comfort zone. It's so cringe. I don't want to touch it with a long stick. You enjoyed it? I don't like Rick and Morty. Yeah, I think that's what it called. So I didn't care. But it's High on Life seems to be very divisive. Either you love it or you hate it. That seems to be the impression I got. Yes, that's why. I mean, I saw the screenshots like, ah, this is odd. And then I heard some of the gameplay, and they're constantly talking, obviously. Yeah, Tinykin looks kind of cool. Is this like Pikmin, but 2D? No, it's 3D. This is Pikmin, by the look of it, or very similar. Or is... Oh yeah, you're not a first-person shooter person. Yeah. This really looks like Pikmin to me. Maybe I'm wrong. I was told I can be wrong sometimes. I don't believe it, but possible. Anything shitty to add? Because otherwise we'd move on to the top 10. If you're all up for it. Maybe I'll just add this to my wish list. This could be something that is... When did it come? It came out this year. This could be something to have... on Humble Bundle or something. I'm hoping for that. Collectathon, yeah. Oh man, Bulldog, I don't want to say I rarely tell people to play something, but Half-Life 1 and 2 are just great games. I still think that Half-Life 2 is a bit overrated for the status that it enjoys, but they're good games. Humble Januar, bin ich mal gespannt. Ja. Okay, then let's do the interesting stuff, at least from my list. Everything I was talking about in my list was not too interesting now. And I think this list will surprise a few people. Internet Cafe. Yeah. The first Half-Life was 2099, something along those lines, yeah. Yeah, all the sales are until January 5th, so that's good. That's really good. Shall we go to number 10? Submerged, Hidden Depth. I was really enjoying that one. Hold on, I do have that in here. That's gonna be a longer playlist. I don't know how much people are surprised that this is on my top 10. Submerged. I don't know. Did I scroll past it, or has it been longer? Did I not upload it? I'm blind, I think. Easier because it just keeps playing. I know that's not a game that everyone will enjoy. I'm quite aware of that. Half-Life, like Half-Life 1 now is a bit tricky to play. But Black Mesa, the remake that took them ages, is really good. And it changed the shitty parts as well. You like the first one? Yeah, I like the first one as well. And I like the second one. It is certainly not the best game on this list. This is not about how good it is, but how much I enjoyed it. And it was exactly what I wanted, maybe at exactly the time I needed it to be. It is too short, but that's, I guess, subjective. And some of the climbing puzzles are way easier than in the first one. You were here for one of the streams. I was trying out the new mic and we were playing it. And you were here. It's just collecting things, easy climbing puzzles, and driving around on the boat between tiny bits of landscape, and just collecting things. It is chill as fuck. That's what it is. But yeah, it is. They decrease the difficulty of climbing puzzles compared to the first. And that made it a bit easier because you didn't have to do shitty backtracking like in the first. There were some sections in the first one like, oh no, I gotta do this 5-minute climb again. Fucking hell. And you didn't have it here, but it was too easy. You barely missed anything really, and if so, it was still easy to get it. That was a bit odd, but for a collectathon, that was great. And it looks nice. It is not the best looking game, but I always like how they do the water. And the lighting does a lot. Like the lighting is... Yeah, the water looks great. And I mean, it is a gigantic part of the game, so they better nail that. And even the first one looks really good. And I bought this on PlayStation, and then bought it on PC again. And I will probably, because it was on fucking Epic, I will probably buy it on Steam again for the achievements, because I'm a doofus. I'm a sucker for that. Curious that you rate one of the best games. Yeah, I think this list was not as easy to put together as I thought it would be. I was rewriting it a lot. Does anyone have a top 10 list or just a top 5 list? If so, let me know your 10. Do we have more water? I broke it. Your 10 is Return to Monkey Island, okay. You have one, yeah, I know that. I mean, you guys, if you don't have a list, you can say it's like, I'm surprised this is top 10. They have to be 2022 released, or if they came out on another platform last year and were released on the platform we played it on, that's fine as well. You beat a ton of retro, yeah, I know. A ton is an understatement, I think. You hate the look, but it's a good game. Well, but then, did you finish it? Maybe you said earlier, Manly, I don't know. Did you finish it? Even if you didn't like the look? Maybe, I mean, if you have it on PC, maybe someone will come out and create a mod where they run the graphics through AI or some bullshit like that. Who knows? But yeah, this is basically just this year, Marty. Unless you have like a special category of like, this is the worst game ever of all time, and I have to let everyone know each year at the end of the year, so they lest people forget. Yeah, I mean, Rambo, come on. Bullshit. Terminator released on PS5 this year. Yeah, you mean Resistance, right? And the DLC, did that release on this year as well? That was good. I like the DLC. The DLC was actually really good. And I told you it's a good game. And I keep telling people that Terminator is a good game and they never listen. You did listen, I know. But yeah, it's a good game. I did not stream the DLC. I didn't feel like that. I might, I mean, who knows? You know how I am, I have plans for streaming, and then it's like, oh look, Bloodborne again. Any other top 10? Always an option. Bloodborne is always an option. Bloodborne is not even an option, it's a must. Are you ready for number 9? Nine. 9. Sure. Yeah, Cult of the Lamb. Good game. Really good game. And I thought about ranking it higher. I honestly did, because it is great. Death Door was last year. I'm pretty sure. I'm fairly certain. I Cult of the Lamb. Let's start with the things that were not too great. The Twitch integration was broken. Constantly. And the idea behind the Twitch integration was great. But if it doesn't work, what's the point? So we did what we could. It worked. The screen at sometimes is really busy. It looks great, but I really had a hard time seeing things. I'm not sure how intentional it was sometimes. And it is a combination of two genres I don't like too much. I don't like roguelike too much. And everything like management, I'm not too great with it. That's why it is so low on my list. Because it's just, even though it is a good combination and I enjoyed it a lot, it's just not my cup of tea. And we will play it again. I still have my save and we'll return to the cult. But yeah. Because the combination is surprisingly great. Considering it's two genres I don't like, it was a lot of fun. And I mean the presentation, look at the fucking presentation of this. Like, look at the style. You've seen it. It is just glorious. But as you can see, there's a lot going on, and sometimes I just didn't see what I needed to see. The game doesn't read well. And that's just holding it back. But stuff like this, I mean, I still remember fondly how Kirks wanted to get killed. He was asking for it. That's a sentence I never thought I would say. Yes. And see, sometimes I have to get out of my comfort zone. But yeah. It's just stupid fun dealing with occultists. That's enough. Manly, you had a top 10, right? So what's your number 9? Very wholesome music. What is this? Yeah, okay. SCORN soundtrack. Dorfromantik. Oh man, I was thinking about it, but it was released last year in early access, so yeah. Grounded. That was released in early access last year as well, right? So Dorfromantik is great. And Grounded has a really good idea that I hated because of spiders the size of houses. And you know me, I'm not the arachnophobic per definition, but sweet lord, I couldn't stand that. Early access in 22 as well. Okay, then it's my bad. Then I probably could have put it on the list. I enjoyed it a lot, but I at some point just stopped playing it, and I don't know why. But it's a good game. Maybe I should have put it on the list. Like, at least honorable mentions. I was just convinced it came out last year. My bad. But yeah, Dark Romantic is good, and Grounded, I think it came out... Yeah, the thing is, the arachnophobia mode just makes them really abstract, and my mind fills it with more horrible details than there are. I think it was early access last year, and then it came out in full this year. I might be wrong as well. Cult of the Lamb is your place 4. That's very high up. Good. And I can see that. I'm surprised it... Cute. Tante. Wir haben unterschiedliche Ansichten, was cute bedeutet. Yeah. And I thought that's exactly what I thought was with Dorf Romantic, so it's my bad. See? I can't be wrong. And Grounded was good, and I wish you could just get the spiders out of that game. Because I streamed it in early access, didn't I? I think I streamed it in Game Pass or something. Didn't I? Yeah. And I wanted to love it. I just couldn't. It's a sad thing. But, you know, I have a gazillion games to play. Too much. Speaking of Dorf Romantic Manly, did you get the board game? And Taya, you probably played Grounded with someone else in co-op, right? And you love co-op. I'm not the biggest fan of co-op. And I think what really fucked it up for me, like I turned on these arachnophobia mode, all fine, but the spiders kept attacking me through like wooden, like through the walls of boxes or a tree stump, something along those lines. I remember not being safe from the fucking spiders wherever I was. Got a mail. It's back in stock. Ah. Nice. Auf den Kleeblättern ging's, okay. I might have just tried to get rid of the memory. You have top 6, good. We'll get there soon enough, so you can jump in. I just remember that somewhere I was trying to hide from those fucks, and I couldn't. And the first spider we saw was okay, and then we had one of the real horrible looking ones. Like, yeah, nah, nope. The one with the spindly legs, if they have furry legs and are shorter, maybe. Yeah, I'm not afraid of spiders. I just don't like them. Really don't like them. But yeah, Cult of the Lamb will be a game we will revisit for stream at some point. If I don't have a clue and I feel like it, we will certainly go back to the cult. Maybe I should not kill everyone, but in general, yes, we'll do that. Number 8, Stray. It's not that high up. Maybe people expected it. Do I have it here? I should have it in my videos list here. Pretty sure. Yeah, let's play one of these. Doesn't really matter. And maybe people expected me to like this more. I don't know. But yeah, it's only top 8 for me. One of the worst things about the game is it lets you accidentally leave an area when you can't go back and you're not warned. I hate that. If you're getting close to an exit of a level and you leave the chapter and you have to replay the whole chapter, fucking hell! That makes me mad thinking about it. No, it wasn't too indie. It was just not as much fun as I was hoping for, and it was too short. The combat was meh. The combat was just boring. And then the second cardinal sin, in my opinion, is like they give you a tool. Like after Act 1, they give you a tool, and you spend Act 2 trying to use that tool, getting used to it. And then in a fucking cutscene, they take it away from you. Come on! What's that all about? And it is a great cat sim. Like, it's an asshole simulator, but not enough. That weird light you have to explode the enemies. You get robbed of it after you finally learn how to use it. They just take it away from you in a cutscene. It's horrible. I hate shit like that. And you give people a taste of that nice, you're an asshole because you're a cat, do whatever you want, fuck with people, get on their fucking nerves, and then you have enough freedom to know, hey, there's a cool options, and then not enough freedom to dick around with everyone. If you let me play as a cat, I have to be able, in an open world game, to annoy everyone. Just jump on everything, throw things down constantly, even if it's fucking boring in the end. But, like, you can throw down 3 paint cans or something. You're a cat! If you feel like it, you fuck with everyone, and you can't. There's not enough freedom to be the asshole that you're meant to be as a cat. That's all. That's what I was really missing. You were very restricted in what you could do. And it looks amazing. The cat looks really great. Maybe not close up, but the movement is great, and I'm still surprised they managed to do motion capture on a cat without their studio staff being torn to shreds. But yeah, and the game length was good, because it was just long enough and didn't outstay its welcome. But man, don't give me a taste of the sweet cat power to be a dick, and then I can't be a dick to everyone I meet. It would not have helped the gameplay. It would just have helped me, because each time I was able to do something shitty, I was giggling like a small kid. That's why it is so low on this list, and I know people are surprised. But it just didn't do enough. It was not indie. This game doesn't feel like an indie game to me, Marty. I don't know, have you played it? And yes, if you don't like cats, of course, this game is not gonna be that much fun. But, Marty, this game does not feel like an indie game at all. At least not to me. Maybe in length and price, but it is so polished. You have not played it. It is good. And maybe it does feel indie because it's a finished product. That's not $80. Maybe it is indie. It's just working. That's the indie spirit nowadays. It is a great game and I would recommend it, but I don't want to say I was disappointed, but I was still hoping for more. And there's other things, and I know that spot number 7 will piss off people. I'm aware. I'm not doing this to piss off people, but it will happen. What's everyone else's number 8? The movement is great. You can go everywhere. Oh, shit, yeah. I don't know if it will piss people off, but they will be surprised. As dusk falls. Hold on. Is that Core Keeper? Yeah, that looks good. And I'm not surprised you like it, Taya. Core Keeper, I know. Let's look at Duskfall. Oh, that was an artsy story game? Yeah. That looked horrible to me. But it's supposedly a really good game. I didn't like the... I don't even like stuff like that as a cutscene. Who is this? Why is he in a Steam trailer? Is he part of the game? Yeah, it looked odd. It really looked odd. I heard really good things about it. The story's good. I just don't like the presentation of this. That's why I never tried it. Maybe I should have. That's one of those get out of your fucking comfort zone and play it. Everyone likes this. But the story... is there any replay value to this? It might be a mean question, but is it one and done thing? Or the Core Keeper is Terraria top down? That's close enough, I guess. I like the art style of Core Keeper. I'm just not patient enough for these kind of games. I love how it says Stray on my screen, and it's not Stray. But yeah, Core Keeper is on my pay attention to list. Yeah, digging. It looks like halfway between Stardew Valley, or not halfway, like a mix of Stardew Valley, Terraria, and Dungeon Keeper. Ah, okay. I'll keep an eye out for it. We're getting close to those top 6, Marty. Do you guys need a break to get a new drink, a snack or something, or do we just move on to spot 7? Because I'm really talking a lot and we're not making progress at all. Good here. Okay. This is... Okay, then... You're tired, but you have to stay. I mean, if you want to go to bed and you can't stay awake, let me know and we'll do your stuff. Then you can go to bed, even if it's... Yeah, I mean, you have been chosen, Taya. So yeah. Spot 7. It's actually SCORN for me. Not because it's such a good game, but because I'm a fucking sucker for the visual style. Basically. Die Grippe is like, ah shit, get well. I'm sorry to hear that. And I know that Manly hates it. I know. And it is barely in anyone's top 10, I'm pretty sure. Let's go to the bad, because there's quite a lot of bad. Was your 8? Yeah. There's quite a lot of bad things about the game that I expected to begin with, and I was fine in advance. I've been following this game for like 8 years or something. I don't know. I think it was announced in 2013, 14, something along those lines. Yeah. I never wanted a shooter. But yeah. The biggest issue for me was the fucking checkpoints. That was annoying. They were badly placed. They supposedly fixed them. And the potential of more or less soft-locking yourself with not having enough ammo, health, something on those lines, and having to replay a whole chapter with them being too long. It's supposedly fixed, but I will play it again. Not this year, but I will play it again. And the combat was shit. Or not great. If you played in a chains, then you will appreciate how good SCORN is, but that's something else. No worries, Manly. It is like the combat was just meh at best because it was very, very slow and I guess methodical. That's the best way to put it. I think it was intentional, and it's what I expected from this game. I really expected it to feel even worse because I played in a chains, and that has the same visual style basically, and that was the worst shooter I ever played, or played for longer than half an hour. And I think that's the combat is the reason why a lot of people don't like this game. And I understand it. It was intentional because it was never supposed to be fast-paced, but people still want something different. I'm very sure that's why a lot of people don't like this. And it annoys them. I had a bit of a higher tolerance for the annoyance, but I mean, you've seen me play. I was annoyed at points as well. But for me, the shitty controls or slow controls and enemies were part of what I wanted from this game. Not necessarily shitty, but slow. Really, you try to avoid combat. I would have loved to be able to avoid it more. Like, really be able to avoid. Yeah, I mean, you know, I don't need combat or boss fights. And I watched every fucking single step of this game, and I think that helped me a lot. I love the atmosphere. That's why I bought it, and that was impeccable. And that's really all I wanted. That's why it's so high on the list. That's not a rating of how good this game is. If I had to rate it on being like trying to be objective, like this is good, this is bad mechanics, this would not be as high, but I enjoyed my time even though it was frustrating. And I mean the visuals and sound and the soundtrack, we don't have, that's not debatable. I'm just a sucker for this. That's giving it bonus points, and just it was exactly what I expected. That's why I was not disappointed. And it's a shame that the marketing supposedly was way different and made people expect something else. That's a real shame. You're not sure if you watched me stream this? You should have. I think the length was good. Yes. If it had been an hour longer, it would have pissed me off. For sure. The enemies were not great. But it really, like I said, it's part of the dread. You really did want to fight. And you try to hide and see what can I do, what can I not do. And the weapon we have on screen here, I have no idea how the range of that thing is. That's just how it is, but I just enjoyed it. Maybe I'm an idiot. Yes. And supposedly, I didn't watch any promotional stuff. I just watched their dev vlogs and all that shit. And that's probably what they should have stuck with. It was... Hold on, it was like... How many sessions did we play? 3, 4? SCORN session 3 to 3 sessions. So you missed potentially 3 streams. And there was really annoying parts in it. There's no way around it. I'm just a sucker for those visuals. Beksinski, and even more so Geiger. The Penetrator, yeah. I don't even know what it's called, because it's probably in the art book. I don't know. And now you can play Resident Evil 8 in third person, yes. Now, position 7 what was everyone else's position 7 or spot 7 or top 7? I don't, you know what I mean. Well, we have some Vampire Survivors music. Vampire Survivors. Ah, perfect music. I think it is Vampire Survivors. Is it? Let me check. This sounds like Vampire Survivors. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. Because it has a bit of Mario vibe to it. View file info. Where is it? Nowhere. Yeah, Vampire Survivors. It came out in early access, I think, last year, but it was released, full release this year. That's why I count it, and because it's my list. But yeah, it's debatable. Raft, the story part. And I bought it like 2 days before release, or something, before full release. But we'll talk about that game. Spoilers, we'll be talking about it more. Yeah, Raft story was no, I was about to say chopped up, but they released it in episodes while it was in early access, right? Yeah, Vampire Survivors. I'm not surprised that it is on a few lists. Seven was terminated for you. Yeah, I get that. I get that. I was torn on buying Raft a few times, but each time I see gameplay, I think if you play with 2 people, it's way better. Because it looks like you have to have someone that's basically in charge of building a bit and cooking and all that stuff, and someone that tries to collect, like basically do the fishing minigame constantly. You're welcome, Marty. I think it's just very much more stressful if you play Raft with in solo mode. If you play with 2 people, it's just more relaxed. That's what it feels like. And it is still on my wish list. Pretty sure. I'm just hoping for a cheaper price. You don't think it's playable on the deck? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Could be. But then I've not played it. I don't know how it performs. So don't listen to me. Never listen to me. Yeah. Sorry I didn't show Vampire Survivors nor Raft. But we'll be we'll be in a minute. But yeah, Terminator, I'm glad you enjoyed that as well. I think I was bugging you with Terminator a bit. Maybe, potentially. Aber Tante, wenn ich weiß, dass ich einen Raft-Mitspieler habe. Das Ding ist, diese Spiele muss man halt lange spielen. Und potenziell auch mit jemandem, der zur selben Zeiten wie jemand Zeit hat. Und deshalb, da tue ich mir immer schwer. Yeah, when you have the dock, yeah. A little bit. Yeah. That was 7, right? Yeah. Let's go to number 6. That should not be too much of a price. Here's the deck, by the way. They have a marker. Hold on. They do have... let's go Vampire Survivors, for example. They do normally have... Here, verified Steam Deck compatibility. They do have a tag for that. If that's what you mean. They made sure. It doesn't mean that something else doesn't work, but if it has that check mark, you should be fine. Yeah, okay, good. Let's go to number 6, unless someone else has something to add. Steelrising. I mean, it's a Souls-like, no one's surprised, I think. Yeah. I switched that around a bit. I had it lower, I had it higher on the list. I really had a hard time deciding where to put it on my list, not gonna lie. It is quite difficult, even once you, like, you have another one you're happy you didn't buy. Well, it's always good. If it's cheap, you might still go grab it. It is quite difficult, and the learning curve was something I didn't like too much. And then it just got really difficult in the end, because the enemy placements were getting a bit unfairer. Yeah, and if it doesn't run, like the performance, I don't even want to talk about the performance with Spider games. They really don't know what to do. It's better with the DLC. They had a patch and it's better. But yeah, the enemy placements were leaning towards the unfair a bit in the end, because they just had to make it a bit more difficult. And that felt repetitive at some point, because there's only so much you can do. You're a bit slower. So yeah. And that's a bit of a shame, because the setting, they could have done more with the amazing setting they have. But like the French Revolution, they could have done more. But then there's like, yeah, this is paranormal bullshit, blah 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 blah. No, worse. FromSoft like, hey Emmy, yo, greetings. FromSoft games are not great with performance, but they're leagues beyond what Spiders does, and that's kind of sad, isn't it? But yeah. How was Cheesy's stream yesterday? I had to bail early. I know it's a bit of a sad thing. Yeah. Emmy, do you have like a top 10 list of games this year? Can you join the discussion, or do you not even give a fuck? I mean, the PC ports were always horrible. They don't know how to do PC. FromSoft don't know. And that's why I'm really curious what Armored Core will be like. Yeah, go back to Steelrising. It had a lot of fun things, but they could have done more. It was just a bit of a missed opportunity with the setting. It's one of the best Souls-likes I played. I don't think you even played 10 games this year. And probably not 10 games that were released this year, huh? And the price for Steelrising is just too high. That's the biggest issue. It is not a AAA game, but they nearly charge as much. So, I just the fact that it is such a wasted potential is why it is only on spot 6 for me. Klonoa Remastered. Just, I have no memory of the original, so I did not care. Never played it. You know, if you're missing the nostalgia of a game, you don't care about the remaster too much, you know? And number 6 is Grounded for you, Manly. Okay, so everyone likes Grounded. Obviously. Everyone likes Grounded. Maybe I should go back. Yeah, you played the Wii game. That helps. I think back in the ages when you were streaming, you were talking about that, I believe. I'm not sure, I might be wrong. V-Rising, yes. I am not surprised again, Taya. I'm not surprised. But yeah, V-Rising, I didn't get into it. I mean, you were here. I don't dislike it. I'm just not... It did not hook me. You will eventually get steel butting. Good to know, Marty. I mean, I am an open gaming book as well. I think I don't think there's too many real surprises in here. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I surprised myself more than anyone else. But yeah, V-Rising was good. I just have to find the time to play it more. I tried several times, and with the stream, at least I had fun, but not enough. It didn't feel as amazing as like Valheim, for example, which really hooked me a lot. But yeah. You were there. No, I'm telling you, were there. What was your 6 manly? Did you say... Did you have a top 6? Or did you say... and I... Valheim was addictive. I jumped in yesterday again because they added the new biome and I wanted to see it. And I went for a sailing trip for an hour and I found everything but the new area. But I now know where more or less I can find it, but it's really dangerous, so I probably shouldn't go there. But I found one of the bosses on my sailing trip, so it's not... was not... or not? I guess. I just went naked. I just took my boat, had some food, and otherwise I went naked. I didn't want to lose anything in case I was killed by the sea serpent or something. And I was hoping that V-Rising had that hook for me as well. But it didn't, kinda. Someday. And it is a lot more open and co-op friendly than Valheim? Or... basically the same, I guess. Maybe. I know who to contact if I want to play that. But yeah, V-Rising was good. If you guys want to tell me why you love something so dearly on the higher spots, let me know. I don't know how long we'll stream today. It's just me rambling on, and that's why I want you to chime in. Because otherwise, it is a bit boring if I just only talk. But yeah, let's go to my number 5. We were talking about it earlier. Vampire Survivors was my number 5 this year. It's just horrible to watch a video on it because it's just a garbled mess on stream. Oh look, me rising. I don't even have Vampires Survivors on here. Let's we have it here. Oh look. Like I did not expect this game to be anything useful. This was the surprise game of the year for me. Oh, did we? Hold on, I totally forgot to brand. We forgot this. This is totally not prestigious. I did not play since the DLC. I bought it and I did not touch it. And I'm not gonna lie, I should. But yeah, Fun Mayhem, yes. And the thing is, why I don't like the graphics too much. Not gonna lie, it's not my kind of thing. Again, once again, a game that's not my comfort zone at all. The graphics are, I don't want to say shit, but it's not my kind of thing. The art style is good, but in general, it's not. This game does not have great graphics. You can't lie about that. It's nothing to write home about, and that's why I didn't care too much. I'm a bit of a graphics whore. And for the longest time, I thought, why does anyone give a fuck about this game? Like, honestly, why? But I went quickly from that to, how do I make myself stop, please? The gameplay is so addicting. It is... Do we have more? It is very, very addicting. It is simple. Like, you only need one stick. There's nothing a lot to do with it. The fucking soundtrack is great. There's a lot of content for, what is it, $5? It is... It feels like it's very superficial and there's way more to it. And the Twitch integration is great. I don't know if you guys had as much fun as I did, but I think the Twitch integration is fucking amazing. I know Emmy liked it. $3.99, yeah. Like, the game is just summed up by one more round. And that's a great and horrible thing at the same time. And the thing that pushed me over the edge was a lot of people telling me it's amazing. Like, everyone loves the game. And then it was like, oh, it's still cheap, it's on sale, and the law was written by James Stephanie Sterling's son. I shouldn't say Sterling's son, that's a thing of buzz. James Stephanie Sterling, one of my favorite YouTubers. And they wrote the lore, the whole backstory, item description, all that stuff, and yeah. That's what basically had me go get it, even though I kind of didn't feel like that. Number 5 in Infernax, never heard of that. So there was some number 5s earlier. Okay, for Sorrow V Rising was higher on the list. Okay, that's your top 5. I get it. But you played with your hubby. That's always helpful. High on butt. Okay, nice. Pattaya, top 5 spot was Colorful Lamp. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you were a bit disappointed it's so low on my list. But maybe you understand why that was the case. This game is the arcadey style. I'm not sure. It's just, and I now have it's free on mobile. It is free on your phone. Be warned, you can play it for free. Your shits will take half an hour at some point. Never mind. Don't play in the toilet. Your legs will fall asleep. Yeah, I mean, Taya, I'm not surprised that Lisa loved the design of the people, and she probably could choose a bit as well. That's why the game was fun. Infernax. I think I have to check Infernax. Let me check. No, not the community hub. Is this the one? God. Is this the Infernax you're talking about? Looks like a Marty game. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Is it a Metroidvania? Castlevania? Okay. See, like the Metroidvania games, I'm really bad at them. Sometimes I touch them, but I'm really bad. Hast du auch auf der Liste? Okay, cool. Castlevania clone, yeah, probably, maybe more inspired, but I love that these games get like a bit of a comeback, I guess. Nice. And maybe we'll have a look at High on Life. Hold on. It's on my ignore list. I guess that says it all. Specifically Castlevania 2. This is just this is so cringe. Like the visuals itself themselves are okay, but yeah, I don't know. Life is Strange Through Colors. Okay. Have not played that. I played one Life is Strange and I didn't play it for long. This reminds me of the Gunk and the Journey to the Savage Planet, but those were both better. Specifically Castlevania 2 because of the story. Yeah, and I know exactly why people like it and why I don't like it. And if you enjoy, the thing is, maybe it doesn't feel like it, but I'm happy when people enjoy shit. I don't want to take that away from someone. Sometimes I want to enjoy shit as well, and I can't. Maybe I would love to be as simple as to enjoy this game. Nah, I don't care. If you don't like it, you don't like it. If you love it, more power to you. It's great. I'm happy when people enjoy the shit they spend money on. Love so much. Yeah, even if it's in English. Yeah. South Park, I would be more in lines. That seems to be more depth to the game that is actually a South Park game. It just seems to be... The reviews were not good in the gameplay either, sometimes. But yeah. Let's do the number 4. Well, there is 2. Isn't there? Like Stick of Truth, and what was the other one? Finger Butthole? Yeah, something along those lines. Or what was the Stick of Truth the second? The first? I don't know. I thought there was 2. Weird. Something with butt. Yeah, I mean, it's a South Park game, of course. It's something with butt. Fracture Butthole. Yeah, see... Try Finger Butthole. It's the same. Yeah. Number 4. I'm not doing any stupid sound command while doing. Number 4 was Sniper Elite 5 for me. I don't have Sniper Elite 5 footage because I only streamed Sniper Elite 4. But that's the reason I played so much Sniper. Yeah, Sniper Elite 5 is amazing. Let's get this launch trailer. You saw me play Sniper Elite 4 a lot, so I actually liked it a lot. I have, I think, 60 hours. Like, the 5th is my favorite of the bunch. Because they have, there's some things that people don't like that actually I like, seemingly. There's a few simplifications, I guess. But yeah, Sniper Elite 5, I played a lot of time, and I'm trying to get the platinum, and I rarely do that. But the changes they did, I mean, the worst part is the faces of the characters in cutscenes still don't look great. They just don't look good. But if you shoot a bullet through their faces, they don't have to look good. They kind of look waxen and ugly because it's their own engine. They have their own engine. I always have respect for that. Is it another trailer or the same one? Who cares? Kill cam enhanced. It seemed that the kill cam in 4 was a bit more chunky, by the way. The controls are still iffy. Like, sometimes, like, climbing over fence and covering and stuff, having double assignment to some controls is just infuriating. But it's way better than... Marty, trust me, this is better than Sniper Elite 4. At least I like it more. I mean, it's subjective. It's my fucking list. If you disagree, can't change your mind. I guess that's a no on the secret ending. They had a lot of small, tiny improvements to the the way your attachments work, the way you pick up weapons or can't pick up all the weapons, all that stuff. The same semi-open levels are fucking amazing, even better than in 4. They're really big. And you know me, you know how much I love exploration. I get on people's nerves with how much I love exploration. So bigger maps, great for me. And they look so good. Even though it is all in France, like it's always a limited setting, and there's a lot of variation. I played everything. Yeah, I played all the Sniper Elite. I played the first. Not sure if I finished it. I played the second a lot. I played the third, but I really fell out of the third. There was not enough variety in the third. It really felt, oh, it's another... I mean, it is fucking Africa. Warfare. Like, World War II in Africa was not too varied in the settings, but that really bored me, and I didn't get into it. I'm planning on going back to it. But yeah, and of course I played the fourth. And it took me a while to play that and to get into it. But the fifth was the easiest to get into and the most enjoyable to me. Maybe I'm simple. And supposedly the PvP is really good. Like, not the deathmatch kind of PvP, but you can invade other players, like in a Souls game. So you have another sniper hunting you in here. Not my thing. I turned it off. But I know why a lot of people would like that. And Kraken liked it. I always wanted to play with Kraken and I didn't. Somehow. It never works. But invading someone that's trying to finish the mission is probably fun if you play it a second time through. The first time around, I want to find everything. I don't want some asshole dicking around with my game. Just like the same reason I play the Souls game offline. I don't want anyone interfere with my first time experience. Second time around, yeah. Yep. Sure, why not? What's your guys' number 4? Bulldog is taking a short break. I will do the same after we talked about this 4. Darktide, you just didn't play enough. You didn't expect it to be that good, did you? Because it's not your genre. Cult of the Lamb for Manly. For Pokey and... What? Pocky? Rocky? Restrained? What the fuck? I'll have to look that up. We'll be talking about Darktide later a bit more, so I'm not gonna talk about it too much now, Tayo, but I'm glad you enjoy it. And it was fun, and we should play more. Like, everyone here. That's a good thing about Darktide. You can play half an hour, it's fun. You can play 2 hours, and then it's exhausting, but still fun. And yes, Marty, you need to get Cult of the Lamb. You do. Fact. There's no two ways about it. Oh, isn't it great always? I mean, isn't it great for a German streamer to have the swastika on screen? The Windmill of Tolerance. Now I gotta check what Pokey and Rocky Reshrined is. Is that PC or do I... It's not PC, is it? Yeah, I mean, it's allowed now. It's art. And this, come on, this is the highest form of art. You've seen the intro. This is so prestige. No. Hold on, it isn't. Should be on Steam. You know what? I'll check here. Sweet Lord, what is this? Official gameplay trailer. Another SNS game remake. Oh, okay, okay. Ooh, flashbang. Like from the screenshot, this is like the worst. The in-game art style is nice. I like it because it looks like a Super Nintendo remake. I don't like the drawings too much. Is this bullet hell? I get why you like this, Marty. I understand. It got me on mobile when I prepare food. Difficult bullet hell. Yeah, it's definitely not my genre. But I am not surprised you like this. Not at all. But yeah, cool. Like I said, I will be talking about Darktide. You are probably not surprised it's in my top 3. I will take a short little break, get me something new to drink. Maybe I'll grab a snack as well. You probably should check if you have something. And then we'll first talk about the games that I feel like I missed out on this year. I picked 3 of those. And we'll do the top 3 after that. I will be running an ad, so be warned. Just mute the stream, like you should always do. Now, like you shouldn't have an ad if you're a subscriber, but if you do, and I think sometimes an ad blocker fucks that shit up anyways. Get a drink, go to the restroom, something along those lines. Let's see if I can actually. Does this work? Either way, I'll see you in a minute or two. Does this work? Oh, the video ended. Okay. I'm just surprised this doesn't show up on Steam for some reason. I was really tempted to replay the fucking intro, but I think we're fine. I think we're fine. Get the music turned down a bit. Did everyone get something to drink? Maybe stretch? It's probably not a bad idea. Doing some stretching. You know what? I shouldn't always do these all at once, but I'm still doing it.
Es gibt kein geheimes Q-Level. Oh, ich kann die Kuh treten. Jetzt ist das ekelhaft. So ist besser. Es war früher nicht alles schlecht, oder? Oh Mann.
No, a lot of these people are currently not streaming.
I have one. Like, I'm not just like trying to flip y'all off. This is my one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's tearing my ass up. Okay.
I love this clip. I just love it.
Oh, bollocks.
Natsuki, are
That
still
was good
streaming?
for the Twitch. I blew myself up with a Panzerfaust.
Do you still have clips?
Now I need to fix my fucking room. I don't know how to.
You
not
need to stream more so we have more.
accent the wall. Why does it do this?
We can have more clips taken. Same goes for Taya. More clips, please. Yeah, you're
Yeah,
working it.
Wait, do I need two? I broke it.
You broke it. Oh, I stopped the music. Hold on. Yeah. Oh, cool. Have you guys looked at your Steam replay stuff? Was there any... Come on. 25% playtime. Elite Dangerous. Who would have thought? And 5% Sniper Elite 5. I was really surprised by my ratio of only 41% games with mouse and keyboard and more with the controller. And those other 2% were... yeah? 9% Icarus for you. Okay. I didn't realize you played it that much. Cool. Yeah, me neither, but everything that is chill, that I don't have to aim, I started using a controller, so I'm slowly getting there. Hold on. I like this graph a lot. It's like I'm nearly as much cat as I am sniper. A bit more cyberpunk, but yeah, it was most Steam game. Nothing will beat. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm not surprised. I love the just like back to PC. Nice. I love the fact that they spread this out and you can see how much time you played what, and they have it further down as well. And then you have the screenshots and all that stuff. I really like their stat breakdown. It's really, really good. I'm really happy with what they did. They should do this more often. Like, now they started it, they better do this next year again. Or keep it as a constant, like the last 12 months. Moving on. Here you can see, oh look, I played a lot of Elden Ring because it was new, and then, Oh, I figured out how to make money in Sniper Elite, in Elite Dangerous. It's interesting. And this is just broken. Like, I did not play Forever Skies in VR. Your replay doesn't show. Maybe you didn't play enough? I don't know. Thymesia, 38% of my VR time. That's not VR. And Stray, neither. I don't even know what this is. Probably battle assisted. If you want to find it, instead of trying to go through that email because it might just be fucking broken, you can either check a replay of someone else, or you go to the start page, and if you scroll down, you have it in there somewhere. Maybe that'll work. But like, if you find someone else's, you can scroll all the way down and click on, there's a do your own or something, like at the bottom. I see. Raft 16%, it's not... Yeah, fuck their emails. Action RPG, Warhammer 40,000, farming sim, open world survival, city builder, exploration. No surprises there. Yeah, it was released... Was it released in January? Or earlier the year before? And that's where the patch came? The coming soon items? Settlement survival. Playtime by month. My May is so low and I don't know why. Yeah, see your own. Exactly. Yep. You can tell. Looking at things you can't... Conscript demo. Oh yeah, that was not fun.
The cursed land lies deep in a dense, colorless forest. Hidden within this land is an ancient city, once known to the forest folk as the
Is this
Holy Land.
soundtrack? Yeah, okay. I was trying to figure out where the talking's coming from, like what kind of browser do I have open? But it is part of the music. It was released November last year.
Befall those who behold the idol that stares into the darkness. Taken from the ancient land, led the kingdom down a path of destruction.
Welcome to Steam. Yeah, that's where I wanted to go. Okay.
He returned under a dark and cloudy sky.
I love the sample in the background. It's just confusing me. Before we go to the top 3, I said that I will be talking about some games that I felt like I missed out on. That kind of flew past that I missed. Yeah, that's just how it is with these kind of games, Taya. I think that's perfectly normal. And yeah, if you have games where you're like, oh man, that kind of, I didn't realize it released this year. I wanted to play it, something along those lines. And for me, the first one was Tunic. And I still have it high on my wish list in comparison. But this looks so fucking amazing. The map is supposed to be really good. And Minecraft, of course, yeah. I mean, if we go by playtime, I would still be at Elite Dangerous. Yeah. It's a bit of a shame. I don't know why. I have it on my wish list since I saw it the first time. Like, it is... Seems to be basically a Fox Zelda game. Only played the demo. Was that good? It seems to have great mechanics and puzzles. And according to the reviews I've seen, I didn't watch too much, but calling it just the Fox Zelda game doesn't do it justice. There's supposed to be really more to it. And people claim that the less you know about the game, the better it is. So I'm not sure what this is all about, what it will bring, but it means I don't want to know. I want to try. If it is quite expensive. Maybe it's worth it. Maybe I'll regret it. I'll keep an eye on it. I could refund, I know, but if people say it will grow on you, it will get better and better, maybe 2 hours isn't enough. And I don't want to refund if I can avoid it. But yeah, Manly, you had like games you missed or something, didn't you? Wasn't that I think you said something along those lines. Yeah, 5. Okay, go ahead. Let's do at least 1 or 2. And there's more I missed. I just didn't want to go on forever. All from the second half of the year. Okay. This game looks so nice. I like the map that you really have to figure out. Mild Midnight Suns that's not appealing to me at all. But a lot of people like it. Okay, Sonic Frontiers, The Quarry. They're not in any particular order, are they? Mine barely are. Callisto Protocol. Callisto Protocol was on my wish list, but I took it off really quickly. Like, no one's really giving it favorable reviews. Seems to be a shame. The only thing it can do is look good. Dying Light 2. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Callisto Protocol is very divisive, but it is... Everyone agrees on that it could be more. I haven't played it. I don't want to shit on it, but people either like it and are happy with it, or they really hate it. There's no in-between. There's no one's like, it's okay. At least it's nothing I've heard so far. And it's not my kind of game. The dodging seems to be shite, but, you know. I'm now more excited about Dead Space Remake, though. Sadly. Midnight Suns is $100 for the complete edition. Fuck that shit. That's what I hate about the video game industry. They claim like, yeah, we didn't increase prices in video games for ages. You're just spoiled. No. You're not selling full games for 50 euros anymore. Don't claim there's full games for that money. You have to spend 100 or more. That's really annoying me. So yeah. But yeah, Midnight. I'm not a Marvel fan, so I don't care a lot of it. It seems to be half dating sim, half XCOM with the superheroes. Is that about right? That's what it seems like. Not my. Well, I guess everything's better than Dead Space 3. And the thing is, I was really curious with Sonic Frontiers. But man, it looks like a fucking asset flip. There's no coherency to the game. It's like... It's even worse than in Need for Speed, because it at least is fitting. That cringe style with the art... asset flip, sorry. Like, you have really... realistic landscape and then just slap some weird Sonic kind of things onto the map. So I don't know. And the thing is, I'm pretty sure that the co-op, speaking of Dead Space 3, the co-op is probably a lot of fun, and since it has two perspectives to it, even better. But it takes away from the horror aspect. Like, nothing is less frightening than having someone with you. I mean, okay, it depends on who you have with you, but... If it's on Game Pass, yeah, I would try it as well. but it really looks like an asset flip from the Unity store. It's like, yeah, I bought a few assets, I just dropped them in it. There's no coherency to the game. And that's a bit of a shame because I would like a good Sonic game. But this looks cobbled together. Like, really, not badly, but like they don't give a fuck. That's the sad thing about it. It looks like they don't give a fuck. Why should we? Sorry, but that's what it looks like. And that's a shame, because I think Sonic games deserve better. And what did you have? Dying Light 2, we talked about it. And the Quarry is, I mean, it's the same thing over and over again. It seems to be quite broken though. No, not the Quarry. The Quarry was the better one this year. They released another one just the other day, not too long ago. What was that called? Like Mario and Unreal. Yeah, that's what Sonic looks like. Let me see. They released another game. Supermassive Games. No, not that. The Devil in Me. That seems to be utterly broken. It's mixed reviews. Everyone loves the other games. If it's mixed, there's got to be something fundamentally wrong with it. I've seen so many glitches and shit. That seems to be the worst of the games they release. Yeah, I got Dead Space 3. I won that game. Okay, so yeah, no loss, I guess. But yeah, I've watched a playthrough. Yeah, Callisto just is missed opportunity. Sadly. That seems to be the thing. They had talent, and they either ran out of time, they didn't care, or they had the wrong talent from the old team. Because Callisto was higher on my wish list than Dead Space remake, and now that changed, and it's a bit of a shame. The combat system seems to be a bit boring, and when you have more than one enemy, it's broken, basically. And the game is just dicking you over, stealing, you're taking damage, and you can't really avoid it. That's a bit of a shame. But yeah. Anyone else have something? It's like, yeah, I missed that. I should have played it, and I kind of, it flew past me. I don't want to shit on games. It's just, I haven't played it. It's just, I'm sad. Most of the time, I'm sad when games are bad because people, I don't think any devs go out of their way to make a bad game. So it's either meddling with the publisher, or lack of time, or lack of management, guidance, leadership. That seems to be the issues a lot of times. Yeah, something I wanted to play, and I actually, it's a bit of a shame that this didn't come out for Halloween. Like, we watched the trailer, I think, when the trailer was released. I kind of want to play this game, but since it's horror, I kind of don't want to play the game. If someone hates me, they'll gift it to me, and then I have to play it. But yeah, Choo-Choo Charles. If you feel like I should play this shit, yeah. I just love games with a unique dumb idea, and this is, they run with it. They have that stupid idea. They didn't add too much other stuff, and it's supposed to be a really solid gameplay. It's just too expensive for what you get out of it. It's supposedly a quite short game, and $20 for what could be like 4 or 5 hours. It's a bit expensive, bit cheap, steep, but And for me, a horror game, that's why I didn't spend any money on it. If it's on sale, I still have it on my wish list, and I think Choo-Choo Charles could be something fun to stream. But man, characters talking, ja, I hate this. Das Kampfsystem, ja, das Kampfsystem scheint so ein bisschen das Problem bei Callisto zu sein. Well, Vermintide is a bit old to be on the missed games. You missed that a few years ago. You had to turn it off because it's a spider, or because it's just shit? Hoagie. But this is something, I won't play that for me. This is something I would stream, and maybe it's cheap, so I can stream it next Halloween. But I'm not gonna buy it for myself and play it on my downtime. I certainly won't. Older games, yeah. I just have one more. I mean, you can. Let's do your 3 cool older games and then 3 cool games. Before that one streamer got scared shitless, that was very contagious. Yeah, and that's probably what's gonna happen with me. I don't think it is as scary if you stream it. I'm doing much better with horror games on stream than on my own, but yeah. Manly, go ahead. Let me know. Like, if someone hates me, they'll wait for a sale and give this to me. Yeah, never mind. Ignore what I just said. I will at some point buy it. Never mind. Like, next Halloween, this is very high. Tail of Iron, Road 96, and Firewatch. Yeah, Firewatch was great. Firewatch I played. That's really, really good. And I think we talked about this last time. I really like the writing and it being such a mystery and the game being something very different to what you expect. That's really good. Firewatch was fun, and I probably should replay that. I think I even streamed it once. Tales of Iron. Is that the rat game? Yeah. That's supposedly a bit of a missed opportunity. It could be cooler than it is. I love the art style. This is fucking amazing. I haven't played it, and I'm not good with side scrollers. Missed. Oh shit! You really mean business, Taya? You really mean business. A limited time. Okay. What I just heard is that this sadly had more potential, but yeah. It is a good game, seemingly. A lot of people love it. 2D Dead Souls, yeah. And when was it? We had something else. Road 96, I'm not sure. Is that the 2? No, that's not what I thought it is. Procedurally generated road trip. Very gory, that's good. Not necessarily, I mean, Callisto is very gory as well, but if that's... Just imagine, I know I'm going from one thing to the other constantly. Imagine having to work on something like Callisto Protocol, and you're sitting there for years just working on death animations, jaws being ripped off, intestines spilled. Does that get to you? I'm pretty sure it does. I'm not sure if you should be paid better for that.
Beasts all over the shop. You'll be one of them.
Hey, Sloth. Greetings. I heard that sound. Welcome. Welcome in. Thanks for the raid. Hey, Misha's mom. Hold on. I'll minimize this. You come in at a very odd stream, so be warned. Lady Louie, greetings. Sloth, how are you doing? How is everyone doing? I think most of my community knows Sloth. But let's give you a shout out real quick. If shit works. Does it work? Where's my... Hold on. What? Oh.
Thanks,
Ink Matron, greetings. Welcome in. Welcome everyone.
Oh, wait.
Oh, that's where you basically fuck up your whole game in like 5 minutes.
I didn't pan it out that way. Shit.
That seems to be a thing with this game, that a lot of people like in the end fuck everything over unintentionally and it didn't work. Yeah. I kind of like this. Sorry. Kaharian, welcome. Spread wholesomeness and steal your branches for themselves. You can have my branches. I'm fine. You can have them. How did Valheim go? I assume you did play Valheim? Did you? Just as a warning for everyone that's here the first time, I will be switching between German and English a lot. You're addicted again. Because I saw you playing, I jumped in again yesterday and I tried to find the, what are they called? Mistlands? And I'm like, oh, I haven't played this in ages. I don't know what the fuck's going on. So I'm just gonna undress my character, bring some food on my shitty ship, and just sail in one direction, see if I hit it. And I went south, which obviously from what I've heard now is quite one of the... You can go south and north and never find Mistlands. If you go west and east, you're more or less bound to find them. But I didn't check too much, so who knows? Maybe that's lies. It's really... I didn't find them, but we'll see. I guess with all the random generation, it's not too reliable. But I fucked it up. I didn't find anything, but I found a boss. So yeah, I will go back. And yeah, what we're doing here is, yeah, Choo-Choo Charles is certainly not what we're talking about anymore for some weird reason. I'm just doing, like, not an award show, but stupid bullshit. We're talking about video games. That's all we're doing. And we're talking about Choo-Choo Charles because it is a game I felt like I missed it this year, and it's kind of a sad thing. Has anyone of the raiders played this? And if so, will I hate my life if I play it? All the branches. I still think that in Valheim the trees are the true enemy. You owe the Sloth Farm a playthrough of it. Oh yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. And I didn't think it through. I was stupid enough to say, well, if I get it gifted, I have to stream it. No, don't gift it to me. No. I'll buy it if I feel like playing it. I don't want to be emotionally blackmailed to playing it and then hating my life. But if you play it, I'll have to watch you. You don't have an issue with spiders, do you? Or trains, I mean. Trains. Lady Louie. Ignore me. As people mostly do. Don't. Grab some food. I know how it is. We'll be here for a while. Yeah, trains with fucking clown makeup and spider legs. And I think the clown part is the worst. Spider legs are fine, trains are fine, but clown faces. Ugh. That's just what pushes it over the edge. Yeah, the last game that I felt like I should have played it this year and I kind of didn't. And I don't even know why. Because I bought it, is like Lego Star Wars. It's not like it was cheap. I bought it and I never touched it. I don't know why. It looks fucking dope. Oh yeah, there's a lot of cussing here. I know. Big surprise now. You're playing that right now. I think I should really stream that next year. And I never played the original Star Wars Lego game, so that's perfect fit for me. That's why I bought it. And it's a huge amount of content, supposedly. I mean, it's 9 movies. Heard all Lego games are pretty good. The ones that I touched and played were really good. I played the Lord of the Rings games this year, I think. Was it this year? I'm pretty sure it was this year. And they're just simple fun. You can go hardcore into the collectathon things. But if you just want to go through it, they're just nice and chill fun. And that's why I got it. Like, yeah, I should play this. And I never touched it. Yeah, they're very casual, and that's not everyone's cup of tea. But I think this is probably nothing I would play on my own too much. But for streaming, this is amazing. I do some random bullshit, play through a Star Wars movie or whatever movie, talk to you guys, and there's content, and it's still a chill time. So I guess this is perfect. So if you're happy if I would stream it, I will. If Taya says she doesn't give a flying fuck and I shouldn't stream it, probably will though. But I'll do it on your raid days where you can't watch or something. Yeah. Manly, did you have something before we go to the top 3? You would watch but not play yourself. Yeah, that's, I understand. Nope. Anyone else? Before we go to the top 3, like... And after the top 3, we'll talk about, like, 2023. Because I can't stop talking. Maybe a mention. Yeah. Stacklands. Sounds familiar. Oh yeah, I've seen that. Exactly not my kind of thing. It's a card game, yeah. Did you play it? Looks like I mean, the art style is not bad, but I'm not sure if that's something I want to play. It's like a board game. Ah, okay. Yeah, that doesn't look like the controller game, per se. This looks like a board game. You should be able to play, but maybe there's mechanics that don't work on a board game. But people love it, and it came out this year. I'm not up to date. Big surprise. Okay. So, now the top 3, and I'm... The top 3 weren't as easy as I thought they would be, and I'm not sure if you guys expected that to be the case or not, but my top 5 is actually Evil West. I don't know why. Maybe it is because I just played it recently and thus I really like it, but it is... Is this a surprise to anyone or not? I mean, the camera is your biggest enemy. The camera in this game is your biggest enemy. And then you have no lock on, which makes it... It's on your missed list. Ah, yeah. I really wish that you could lock on. You don't have to, but sometimes it would be nice to have a bit more control of it. Because otherwise it has some... Your third is Elden Ring. Okay, I'm curious what the next two will be then. It's just difficult at times because there's so much going on. And yes, it is certainly that, Marty. It's exactly that. The checkpoints are not great. And like Stray, like fucking Stray, it has the audacity to not let you backtrack if you miss something. And on top of that, you can't replay single chapters, at least I haven't found it. So once you don't find something, you're shit out of luck. And that was my biggest gripe with this game. The story was mad, but to be honest, I mean, look at this. Who plays a game like this for the story? I hope no one played this for the story in general, because, yeah. It is challenging, but not really that terrible. But on higher difficulties, I think it would really screw me over. I was struggling at points and was not a high difficulty. It is a power fantasy. It's just stupid, pure, blissful video game. It's a video game. That's all it needs to be, and it's what it does. Pentiment, yeah. It's an old PS2, PS3 era, or 360 game, and that's what I love. And it is a finished product. It has no microtransactions. It's the right length. It's really just exactly... Did not outstay its welcome. And even though it recycled a lot of enemies, there's not too many enemies. It didn't feel too repetitive because it was a bit shorter. And I don't know. It was just a good vibe, I think. Just a good vibe. And so the flaws that it has, I could forgive it because it was just good fun. It's just what video games should be. But simple as that. So Pentiment, I've seen a lot of people really like. It's definitely not my kind of thing. I'll walk through your recommendations real quick. It's supposed to be really good. And it came out of nowhere. This game came out of nowhere. I've not seen anything until it was out, or after it was out. Like a week after release, like, what is this game? Why didn't I even hear of it? Because it's Obsidian. It's not like Obsidian is a no-name brand or something. And it's really good story, well written supposedly. I haven't played it, but yeah, a lot of people love it. Taya's Dying Light, number 3 is Dying Light 2. You enjoyed it way more than I did. Or maybe I just played a lot more games and then found some that I enjoyed more. While I was playing it, I enjoyed it, but yeah. Vampire Survivors, you're spot 3. I'm not too surprised. Elden Ring. Maybe Story can tell us why not higher up. Because it is Game of the Year, man! Yeah. Was there a particular reason, or was just other things better than that? Yeah, Marty, you should certainly get Evil West on a sale. You should. You definitely should. I fully agree you should get that. Because that it just seems like it is your kind of game. Okay, I'm curious what the other two were. And to be honest, I expected this game, like Evil West, to be the Game Pass. I really expected that to be a Game Pass game. If you would have asked me, I would have like bet on it that it is. So maybe it will be at some point. Yeah. They deserve money, and they don't ask too much on a discount for sure. God of War has even more awards. I can't do it. Yeah. This I don't know. This is just so high because it's just dumb bullshit. I just love dumb bullshit. Maybe that's the problem and the reason. I don't know. It's horrible that you have my fucking face twice on the screen. Now, number 2 and number 1, I switched a lot. And it was really difficult for me. And if I show you number 2, you know exactly what number 1 is. But yeah, Darktide has to be my number 2. I don't think anyone's surprised that it is high on my list. Elden Ring was number 2 for Manly, and Zero Seabit is number 2 for you. I've seen that. We'll talk about that in a second. Everyone wearing the same sweater. Right now, there I'm wearing the same sweater. This is like Inception. The second was Shredder's Revenge for you from the Turtles, and Settlement Survival. Yeah, Taya, your Steam replay spoiled that a little bit. I have to look at it in a second. I mean, Darktide is just, I mean, I was considering it a lot to be my number 1 spot, to be honest. But yeah, let's talk about what I don't like and what I do like. I'm not, you know that I'm normally not a co-op player, and this still not having number 1 was Lost Ark for you. I played that a lot this year, but I kind of fell off. What was number 3 for you? Did I miss it, Lady Louie? If so, I'm sorry. And why it eventually, basically why it dropped off number 1. Okay. Coral Island, yeah, I've seen that a lot. That seems to be chill as well. I'll have a look at that as well in a second. But I'm bad enough concentrating as it is. I'll try to stick to the shitty notes first, and then we'll talk a bit more. The reason why Darktide is a bit lower on my list is that it has so many microtransactions. I know it's only cosmetic, and it is the reality of 2022. I still don't have to like it. The release was just weird. I mean, I like the fact that I could play it early with the closed beta, and then pre-order people could play it nearly 2 weeks early. I really like that a lot. But it felt weird. It didn't feel like a finished game or a release, more like early access. And I think that rubs a lot of people the wrong way. And then it has no real end game. That seems to be an issue for a lot of people. Not too much for me, but you just level up and that's it. And then you try to get better equipment. But it's like Vermintide. It turns into a bit of a grind fest. That's fine. But it's probably something that pisses people off. And there's a few features that are still missing. And that's why it feels a bit like early access. And it harms the reputation of Fat Shark. People are giving this bad reviews because they feel like it's not done. And that's a shame because it is a good game. Everyone that played it with me, probably agrees. Um, they're constantly adding to it. They're having constant shit added to it. It's great. Even if it's not quick, but I'd rather have them slow down. And even stuff that wasn't promised. So I don't think for a €40 game, this is too bad. People are like, this is a full price game, and it's not finished. No, it's not a full price game anymore. We talked about that. €40 is not a full price game anymore. I like that the progression and the contracts you get are basically justified. You grinding is justified through the game world and what you do. There's less ludonarrative dissonance because of that. It's great. I mean, and killer soundtrack, and visually it's a feast. And I see myself playing this a lot. Even if it's just jump in, play a match or two, then be done. This is exactly my thing. And it is co-op. I don't feel like letting anyone really down. But co-op and the microtransactions is the reason why it's not in spot 1 for me. Yes, the world feels the most 40k to me. There is more than in Vermintide, so I'm really happy, but I know what you mean, Hoagie. The skills are great, but not enough, maybe. But compared to Vermintide, there is more, and I think looking at Vermintide, they'll do more. Like, looking how they treated Vermintide over the years, there will be more. At least I hope so. Vermintide started very bare bones, and they supported it for a long time. So, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe in a year I'm like, this turned into such a disappointment, it's so shit. But right now, this is like from the gaming hours in 2 months, it's as much as I played in Sniper Elite 5 the whole year. So yeah, you know. But yeah, let's go through your spot 2 games. Lost Ark, and one of the better MMOs for me, to be honest. I really liked it. But I'm just not an MMO player. Despite what Steam stats say, I'm not the biggest MMO player. But if you are you still playing Lady Louie? The Lost Ark, or not really? Did you fall off like I did? Let me turn this off real quick. And since I played Lost Ark a lot, we might as well look at it real quick. And for a free game, it had a fuck ton of content. The writing was shit. Like, the story was really bad. I didn't give a flying fuck. But it looks great and it plays great. And even if you don't spend money, there's a lot of content to be had in Lost Ark. So, I for anyone that likes this kind of thing, wants to try it out, I can actually recommend it. It was fun. Coral Island. Let me see if it is what I thought it was. Yeah. This is like Stardew, but on a Coral Island. Right? Basically. Or similar to it. Or does it have a bit more of Animal Crossing to it as well? For you, it's the most beautiful game of 2022, Lost Ark or Darktide? Because for me, Darktide is one of the best looking games out there. And for what it looks like, it still runs nicely. The way they... Darktide, okay. The way they... I only know because I watched a Digital Foundry video on it. The way they shifted the load from the GPU to the CPU in some ways. That's why a lot of systems are struggling. But they are very clever on how they handle it, and that's why every surface looks so detailed. It's amazing with their parallax textures. And it is not an Unreal Engine game for once. Yeah. And that's why I liked Sniper Elite as much as well, because it's not the same engine. I don't think Unreal Engine is a bad thing, but I'm always happy if someone has something else. Lost Ark looks like Final Fantasy a bit. It's more Final Fantasy. If Final Fantasy fucked Diablo. But yeah. That sounds a bit odd, but you know what I mean. No Animal Crossing, just farming like Harvest Moon Stardew Valley. This the Coral Island. Okay. So what else do we have? What did I miss? Marty's was did Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Settlement Survival. Oh, it's on my ignore list because I just can't do these games. Yeah, not gonna lie, I would love to be able to play and enjoy these games. But I can't, because I know what the issue is. Learning this game is half the fun. Learning from your mistakes in these city building games is what makes it fun for people. It just frustrates me too much. I feel like I wasted the time of the first 15 hours where I'm trying to learn things. And I know that's part of the charm. I don't know. But that's why I think if I could get past that things like this has to be perfect right away, I would enjoy these games even more so because they look so nice. There's a lot of good games in this style that I would love to play. And yeah, Zero Receivers is I think on my wish list because it looks intriguing. Yeah, is it? No, it's not on my wish list, but I watched a lot of trailers. I was torn if I would buy this or Project Zomboid. Maybe I should have bought this. But it's supposed to be really, really difficult, isn't it? And yes, it looks like a Marty game. I totally understand. Did I miss anyone else's number 2? Elden Ring. Why number 2? Is the other game just better, or is something that annoyed you about Elden Ring why it can't be number 1? Manly. Black Desert Watch. Yeah, kinda. Yeah, restarting a lot is part of these games, and it's really why I can't. Like Darkest Dungeon. I feel like I wasted time. I didn't. If I enjoyed the game, I didn't waste time. But in my mind, it's just. Yeah. Hotline Miami, and yeah, I think it's the way they move, why they look like. And you will die very often, and a lot more. Rope Park. See, that's why I'll keep an eye out on it. It took me 3-5 years to finally buy Project Zomboid, and I think that's basically going in a very, very similar way, a direction. So we'll see. You love storyboarding cutscenes. You just don't like the way that FromSoft presents stories. That's your biggest issue. Stationeers, hold on. Oh, it's on my ignore list. This looks like Space Engineers, but different style. Rocket Works, isn't this? Hold on. Yeah, no. Already am not a big fan. I just don't like Dean, what's he called? The dude that is leading that company. Yeah, less of physics knowledge required. Yeah, not for me. Like this is really like, and you know that Dean Hall, that's his name. He loved Kerbal Space Program, and I think you can tell by this look, by this game. You can tell he loves Kerbal Space Program. Final Fantasy XIV, that's cutscene the video game, just like any good Kojima game. Like, don't mix hydrogen, oxygen, and gas bottle and expose it to heat. Why do you have to be like that? That's perfectly fine if you want to be propelled of this body of a planet. I'm just not a fan of Final Fantasy. I don't know why. I tried so hard. I even finished the 7 on PlayStation because everyone loves it. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna play the remake. I don't know. I'm just not a Final Fantasy player. And I kind of feel like I'm missing a great stardom. Fandom. You get warnings of the cutscene take a long time. Yeah. 1.5. Yeah. Like, you're about to watch a full time movie. Get a snack. Can you at least pause them if you can't skip them? I played through the Final Fantasy VII remake, and I don't regret it, but I don't understand the hype. It's a sad thing. If I were a fan of Final Fantasy, I would have so much amazing content to play through. Yeah, I'm not a Kojima fan. Death Stranding was the first game from Kojima I enjoyed, and not because of the story or the cutscenes. That's why I didn't finish it. Because I know in the end it's gonna be a 50-hour cutscene. I'm like, meh. Final Fantasy X, I hated it, and that type of game, never tried it. Yeah. It is a matter of taste, I think. So don't click, you can pause. Okay, at least something. Enjoyed Final Fantasy and Super Nintendo, but could never deal with Asian models. Yeah, I mean, it is an acquired taste, I guess. The closest I got to Final Fantasy games was probably... what was it called? Mystic Quest on Super Nintendo. In Komentar to Avatar, the film is like a cutscene in a video game you can't skip. Yeah, I don't care about the new Avatar movie. I probably should watch it in theaters if I want to watch it at all, but yeah. Metal Gear 3, yeah, I know. And Final Fantasy XIV is really beloved. Like, still, there's a lot of people playing Final Fantasy XIV, right? Or am I mixing them up? I'm pretty sure there's a fuck ton of people still playing them. Made $500 million is considered a commercial failure. What a big fucking surprise! Yeah, just leave it at one movie. Period. Yeah, it's that, and Avatar, the fact that there's multiple Avatar movies still coming out, is just the movie industry in a nutshell. That's just movies right now for me. Like, yeah, let's do things that made money. They will continue making money. No matter what, people are dumb. That's what it feels like. Yeah. Maybe... yeah. Bullock, I saw your comment. I'm really curious what you thought would be spot number 1. Or what you were thinking of. We'll see in a minute. yeah, the hype for Kojima is like bullshit. But that's a problem with hype culture. It's just bullshit. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think no one is surprised that my #1 spot is Elden Ring. Like, honestly, I don't think it's a surprise anymore. I didn't even stream it a lot, did I? Let's go to the Steam page if the trailer is going or something. Yeah, who would have thought? It was closer than you would think. I really was thinking that Darktide would take the spot. Yeah, and in the beginning, when I thought about doing this or doing a video game, a video for YouTube, I was like, yeah, I should. It has to be Elden Ring, and then Darktide came along, and I enjoyed it so much. But it's more like Darktide and Elden Ring are on par for me, for different reasons. But the microtransactions in Darktide screw it over. What's the game you played that was so funny? I tried to find out, and we'll go through my I'll go through my streams or videos. Medieval comedy, Procession of Calvary. That's from 2020. That's why. Where you basically wanted to go and murder things. That's from 2020. I did check. I wasn't sure from when it was. Yes. Let's go through this. Jaren. Yeah, go ahead. Do that. Do it. It is not a real surprise that Elden Ring is so high on my list. And everyone probably expected it. But it was closer than I thought. The bad things about this game is the fucking performance. We joked about that. Your first is not a total surprise. Yeah, the performance of Elden Ring was shitty in the beginning. Really, really bad. That shouldn't be the case, but it got better. Or I got used to it, I'm not sure, and it is, I was surprised how good it runs on a console instead of the PC. But they're known for that, sadly. Some of the areas in Elden Ring are just straight up bullshit. Like in every Souls game. But the open world kind of thing leads to the fact that you run into areas that you shouldn't go to even more than in a normal Souls game. And then it feels even more like shit. Oh, fuck off. Bye. I don't fuck around with that anymore. And that leads to really weird, tricky difficulty spikes. Even more than usually. I'm so surprised, Lady Louie. But it didn't come out this year, so it doesn't count. If it were game time and the thing I played the most, it would be Elite Dangerous for me. But it didn't come out this year. If we only go by release date. But I'm not surprised you played that the most. The balance between the open world makes it really shitty. That's why a lot of people hate it, because, you know, it is not easy to balance that shit and still give you the chance to go out and do whatever. You still didn't finish it. That's sad. I'm sorry. That means you didn't enjoy it as much, so you didn't feel like continuing it. Like, it is a really shitty balance act to have a game open, that people can tackle it, and still make it a challenge even if you're late in there. No, you would choose Ninja Blade if it was released. Oh, fucking hell. You still need to stream that. And that at the same time is a really, really, I think in general, something they still manage to pull off pretty nicely. Nonetheless. Yeah, I mean, one. I don't know. Because even, like, they incorporate those classic Souls dungeons, Souls levels seamlessly into the open world. Like, they call them the legacy dungeons, and they fit so nicely into it, and they really feel like playing a classical Dark Souls game, or whatever. And they still make sense in the world, and that's what I really love. And you guys know me, I love exploration. It's one of my favorite aspects of these games. I could do without bosses in Souls games. I don't care enough about bosses, but the exploration, if that is good, and that it mostly is, then this is just, of course, the best for me. Because it has so much. Because even in the end, you always find something. It's always worth checking the environment. And it's not a fucking Ubisoft map. Yes, Souls and exploration had to be my number one. If this was Bloodborne open world exploration, I would play nothing else. There's no checklist, there's no filler, and the way they have this in the world, that it is meaningful, that they lead you like, oh, this mountain looks cool, let's go there. It's not like, okay, I have to check this radio tower, and there's another one there. You have things that you try to go through, but not having a mark on the map helps a lot. And the world keeps bigger and bigger. I haven't streamed it a lot, but for people that play, the game keeps getting bigger and bigger. Each time you think, oh, I'm nearly done. And then the map grows in size, and then you find a giant underground level or some hidden shit, and then there's this, and there's a hidden area behind a hidden area behind a hidden area. All totally optional. You don't have to play. And that's something I really love. And I mean, I used it for the intro because the soundtrack is so fucking amazing. So we should remember that. Soundtrack is great. So, let me see. I'm still waiting for the first DLC, indeed. Lady Louis, was Ark, I know. What else? What number ones did I miss? Have I missed some? Total War 3 Immortal Empires. Okay, with the patch Total War, yeah, I'm not surprised. And for Taya, it was Elden Ring as well. Nice. Yeah. So what else? Power Slave Exhumed. You're just doing this to be different. That's just because you didn't play Elden Ring. Power Slave. Exhumed. I think I've seen that. Yeah, it's a boomer shooter if you want to be derivative. Oh, it's Night Dive. Okay, never mind. I know. The Kex engine. Yeah, okay. I get it. Oh, I've seen a video. Who played this? Was this who was fucking hell. what YouTube channel did I watch this? He does a lot of good playthroughs. I just can't come up with the name. I have it on the tip of my tongue. I don't know. But yeah, I've seen this. I understand. Let's get this off maybe. Yeah, I don't watch Gronk, so that's not it. I am one of the few people that really doesn't like Gronk, to be honest. Man, what's the channel's name? Do I have it here? He's got a purple... Mandalore Gaming. Mandalore Gaming. Mandalore Gaming did a video about Exhumed, I think. When he talks about games, I go and buy them because I'm an idiot. And each time I'm like, why did I buy this? This is not my kind of game. I'm pretty sure he did a video. Maybe he didn't? Maybe I'm wrong. I thought he did. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe it was another channel similar. I could have sworn. I've never watched more than 10 minutes of Gronk because I don't vibe with him. He might be good, I just don't vibe with him. And for Bulldog, your number one was Darktide as well. Never thought he would love a Warhammer game so much. I'm glad it runs smoothly for you because a lot of people are pissed about the performance. Let's hope we can enjoy that game for a long time and they bring some content, maybe free content as well. Foreigners was Mandalore Gaming. No, I'm unsure. Yeah, there will be a lot of people watching Gronk, sure. Okay, the thing is, for me, and that's a lot of. I mean, I shouldn't exclude myself from. I'm just not a typical streamer or YouTuber because I just don't give a fuck too much and I cuss too much and I'm not trying to. I mean, look at this shit. This is what is this? What is this? This is nothing. This is just crap, like my gameplay. But with a lot of the German YouTubers, maybe it is because the language feels more natural to me and I don't pick up on in the English stuff. German YouTubers and streamers, not all of them, because I am still technically one, but a lot of them, they feel so fucking fake. Maybe it's just I pick up on the fakeness more than I do in English stuff. Maybe I'm a cynical asshole myself, I don't know. And yeah, I mean, with giant streams, you can't read the chat. That's a cesspool of idiots and too much of it as well. That's why I don't watch big channels in general because I can't read, and then it starts to feel fake. And with Gronk, it always felt like that. But yeah, that's just me. I can't judge on Gronk because I haven't watched him. But a lot of, like, I love Lobos, but I can't watch his streams anymore because I can't relate to chat. There's too much going on, but I at least like him. He's likable, even if he never reads a comment from me or something. Like Lance McDonald, he's got the right size of audience. You have a lot of bullshit going on, but he still reads most of the messages because he can. And he doesn't give a fuck at all either. He just does what he wants to do, and he doesn't feel fake. And a lot of the bigger YouTubers, if they're German or English, just feel fake. I'd rather be an asshole that people leave quickly, or just someone people don't like, than trying to chase trends or some bullshit like that. Yeah, that's good. It's a rare pick, and that's why I was adamant and making sure it's not always. Yeah. And I get it. I'm confused by the amount of chat I have right now. And I get why it is a fucking chore to read chat with a lot of people. It is horrible, and you have to have a subscriber chat and a normal chat and whatnot. But that's why it's not like there's any risk, but I don't want to be in that position. That's horrible. And that's the channels I don't watch. I still have Lobos. I still follow him, and sometimes I check in. But that's why I hang out in the cooler, nicer, smaller channels. Like, smaller. I mean, there's a lot of cooler, bigger channels. But, like Curbs, she should be partnered by now, but yeah. Like up to 100 viewers, it's fun. Up to 100 viewers, I enjoy Twitch, because Twitch for me is about talking, even if it's shit or people don't enjoy it, but interaction. That's why I didn't do a YouTube video today. I think it's more fun this way, but you know, I'm in no position to judge anyone. Now, does anyone feel like sharing their most anticipated game of the next year, if you prepared something along those lines? Do you have something like that? Most anticipated games you're really looking forward in 2023? Potentially. Sons of the Forest, okay. Yeah, that was pushed, right? Bedtime, yeah, and Bullock, you probably should check the beginning of the bot as well. Maybe. Maybe not. I was tempted to replay the intro, but maybe I shouldn't. So yeah. Star Wars Jedi Survivor or Hogwarts Legacy. Okay. I wish you a good night, Bulldog. Talk to you. No worries, but it's just maybe it's fun. There's this what's. Let's hope Star Wars is good. I'm not sure I want it on day one. I enjoyed the first Star Wars, what was it called? Fallen Order. I enjoyed it, but not enough to go and pick up the other one real quickly. But I'll keep an eye on it. Maybe the reviews are fantastic and I'm sucked into it. And Hogwarts Legacy looks like a good game. I just don't... If I'm gonna buy it, I'm not gonna buy it on release. I'm certainly not gonna stream it. I don't want to give a platform to that IP. I know it's just a personal thing, but I don't really feel like it. Maybe S.T.A.L.K.E.R. And Sons of Forest, I'm curious what they do in comparison to the first. I'm really curious. That is on my wish list. Just not highly anticipated. But speaking of S.T.A.L.K.E.R. Yeah, S.T.A.L.K.E.R 2 is very high on my wish list. I love the S.T.A.L.K.E.R games. It could be horrible, and I hope they get to finish the game, not just because I want to play it, but I want people to be safe. Frostpunk 2, I didn't... It's one of those games again that I really think is amazing, and I have Frostpunk. I bought it because it looks so great. It's just... Oh yeah, this is the newest trailer. Hold on. Hold on. They released a new trailer. Shall we watch it? I totally forgot. They released a new trailer. I'm not sure if this is the one. I looked it up at YouTube real quick. And it should be this. Oh, we watched a lot of bullshit. It just released today. That could be it. Resident Evil 4 remake looks nice. Wild West Dynasties I've never seen. Amber Isle and Paleo Pines. We'll look that up. Arc 2 looks weird. I'm not sure about them needing star power, but yeah. RE4 remake for me looks good. I want to watch that trailer. I totally forgot. Let's watch this. Do we have... Yeah, that's good. it's the same trailer. Okay.
Come to me.
After years of work, a group of scientists managed to tap into the noosphere, the Earth's informational field.
Spoilers for game 1.
An achievement comparable at best to the conquest of space.
Don't want the innocent to suffer? Then help me find the culprit.
And who the fuck are you?
Here to take the bread from you.
And what do we have a decade later? The Zone, in our image, after our likeness.
My men are still lying out there, and I can't even bury them.
Died in an anomaly. Shot by loners. Found with a stone around his neck. Thrown off a cliff. Torn apart by dogs. You cannot kill God. Just like you cannot get rid of the sky up above. I am blind, but it is you who cannot see.
I'm really looking forward to this. Mute this again. We can replay it in the background. Yeah, S.T.A.L.K.E.R 3. I'm really liking the fact that they're using the Ukrainian way of writing that. A lot of Resident Evil 4 people. Okay. I mean, I love the first one, or the 3 games. I don't know why we had like 3 games, and this is it not loading properly? Okay. Whatever. Where's my connection failing? We'll see. Am I still live, or is shit going down? Am I losing connection? Not realizing. I think we're fine. Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah, S.T.A.L.K.E.R is they're a Ukrainian company. I just love the vibe of those games. They're really hard, and they're really too hard, but I just love them, and I understand if you never finished them. But the thing is, they have such a huge legacy to live up to, and the conditions don't make it easy for them. And that's why I was actually tempted to pre-order it to, like, it's not a lot of support, but kind of something you could do. But I don't know if it ever will come out. I don't want to buy vaporware. You never know. They're an odd company, and you just don't know. But yeah, they are still finishing the game. They are moving in the country a bit, but I saw some gameplay. They're basically working in bunkers and shit. And I think they wanted to move. I'm not sure if they finally moved. But I think they're just having a hard time finishing because they didn't leave. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. Now let's have a look at Amber Isle. Real quick. Oh yeah. Is this Coral Island again? From like the idea seems to be very similar. Nightingale looks good. I agree. No, not anymore. I scrapped that from my wish list. Forspoken is something I will buy in a bargain bin. This is more Animal Crossing. Okay. What was the other one? Where is it? Paleo Pines. The same vibe. I mean, why do they all have the same logo? Come on, do something original. Oh, this is like Ark combined with Stardew 3D or something. This makes total sense. This makes total sense. Oh, I forgot to have music playing again. Yeah. Nice. I mean, the game we're all waiting for is Forspoken. No, no, no. And you have shiny dinos. Okay, yes. It's Pokemon. Basically, did I miss anything else? Wild West Dynasties. I don't know what that is. Wild West Dynasties. I mean, Resident Evil 4, we don't have to talk about that. I mean, even I know what Resident Evil 4 remake is. And I never finished the original on GameCube because I couldn't. At some point, there was like, I was in the back of a train or a truck in a tunnel and I had to fight off douchebags. And I couldn't with a controller. I could not back then. Is there gameplay? What is this? Is this like a builder? I want to see. Oh, is this open world? What is it? Choose your own adventure, crafting, building. It's like Conan Exiles, but in the Wild West. Which could be nice. Medieval Dynasties? I don't remember enough, but I guess it's the same devs, huh? Huh. Yeah, it could be interesting. There's not enough Wild West games. I'm not the biggest Wild West fan, but it's not enough of them. That's something we're really... yeah, I'm not surprised. There was another crafty, I don't know, something on those lines that I here, Sons of and Raft is still on there. There was some crafty kind of game that I wanted to play. Oh, I forgot. Plague Tale. Manly, was it you were so excited about Plague Tale Requiem, or was it your number one? I just remember that you wrote something. That was your number one, wasn't it? Now that I see it, I totally skipped that. Yeah, your number one. I played the first, so I was prepared for this. And the longer I played the first Plague Tale, the more I disliked it. So I'm really curious. But if you enjoyed it, that's great. A lot of people were disappointed the way that they went. But if it's your number one, you're obviously very happy with it. There's not enough survival crafting zombie games out there. Yeah, we didn't have 5 new ones. You love them both, and you named your controller Amicia. Okay. It looks good, and I still have it on my wish list, so... Yeah, I heard that before. I don't know what happened, but I heard that before, that the end kind of... Outlaws of the Wild West a few years ago. Yeah, I mean, to a certain degree, there is too many zombie games, but I still keep buying them for some reason. This one? Oh, people didn't like this one. obviously, you seem to be in the minority. But that looks like a Lady Louie game. There's no way about... That's just... But something must not make people happy about this. Did they just give up on it? Did they just abandon it? I guess that's it. That's such a shame, though. It's such a shame. But it looks good. I'm surprised. Yeah, I mean, if you have it, you can. How much is it? It's really cheap, at least. How much should you pay? Or should I not ask? I keep buying zombie games, Sorrow. I just keep buying them. So I'm part of the problem. Yeah, I mean, this is not giving away. Yeah, 16 euros is still not a big deal, but it really depends. Now, I mean, this is just not a surprise anymore, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to Dredge. And everyone should know that because I enjoyed that so much. I mean, you were there when I played the demo. It's so good. Where is it? I enjoyed this so much. I enjoyed Dredge so much. I never thought it would be that great. So, hey, Joey, greetings. How are you? Everyone should download the demo of Dredge right away. It's such a good game. You need to head out. This was a super fun stream and I had a fantastic intro video. I'm not sure about that, but thanks for lying. I'll annoy you before the new year starts. Let me quickly shout out. Oh, I should. Yeah, there's more. Joanna, and I should. Lady Louie, I should shout out as well. There we go. Totally forgot. I'm bad with shout outs.
Some men of you showing skin as a cheap or lazy method of attracting attention. That's true, and I'm sure there are people using that as a distinct tactic. And maybe I am now. Maybe I am now, and I don't even realize it. Maybe I chose this
That's
shirt
a good clip
specifically because half my
for a
tits are
shout
hanging
out.
out.
It's a
And I'm
perfect
thinking,
clip
I'm
for a
gonna
shout
get more
out.
views, and more people are gonna come say hi. Maybe I did that. Does that change how you feel about me?
Oh, I was there when you played that. Such a weird game. Such a weird game. Or at least a bit. Not
Oh, that's awesome. I love it.
Yeah, hope you're having a good time. Thank you, Marty, for hanging around. Yeah, this game, like, if you like the aesthetic, this is like a mini fishing game. You have to go. Thanks, Manly, for hanging out. This was longer than I thought it would be, but we're nearly done. So, thanks, and hope you feel well better soon. You're a bit sick, if I recall. And good night, Hoagie. I think I missed that. Yeah. Coming back to, I am absolutely overwhelmed with more than 2 people chatting. That's just how it is. But again, Dredge. Play the demo, please. Do yourself a favor. I loved every second of it. Because it has that creepy pseudo like sea monster and Lovecraftian vibe to it, but it's still cutesy, and it has is a fishing game kinda, and it still works. It's such a great game. Like, this is, when this comes out, I'm gonna stream the living shit out of it. I'm sorry, if it is not a completely different game, we'll stream that a lot. Or at least I'm gonna play it a lot. And for the next, we're nearly done. No worries. The next game, just as little of a surprise. I mean, Lies of P. I need this in my life. If it is good, there's potential there. It could be nice. I mean, this is just me being hopeful. Did it get that steampunk, Bloodborne, Pinocchio aesthetic? Do I need to say more? This looks like an anti-Klaus game, right? So, yeah. If it's not really a convoluted bullshit mess gameplay-wise, or just straight up shit because it's broken, this is exactly my kind of thing. And it has the same vibe as Steelrising. I'm just hoping it is better. Sengoku Dynasty. I'll look that up in a second. Like this, a Souls-like Pinocchio kind of thing, really good. I don't want to get too excited though. I'm setting myself up for a disappointment. With Dredge, I had no expectations, and now the demo has them raised. With this, I'm trying to keep them down. The trailer is good, and I hope they make a good game. I hope so, but I'm not excited for it yet. This is harder to not get excited about. But yeah, the butler was so pretty. That's a good but addition. Oh, good freeze frame. Pinocchio looks good, right? Sengoku Dynasty. Oh, it's on my ignored list. A lot of games are on my ignored list. Oh, I've seen this. Yeah, I've actually. It's just the kind of game that I'm not good at. Yeah, it could be good, but I've set it on the ignore list before I saw a proper video about it. I'll take it off that again. Not sure if it's my thing, but it looks better than the first impression I had. So. The title is just not good. Title. Yeah, there's a lot of games that are set in the Far East more than they used to be, or maybe I'm just imagining shit. And I like it because, again, it's something that I'm not used to too much. But yeah, those were my. Let's bring up the turn this off for people that are interested in my potential. Like this was my where's my window? There it is. The top 10. Looking forward to all that stuff all in one. I hope this was kind of enjoyable. I just thought it's more fun than editing a YouTube video and then uploading it and never talking to you guys again. Because I had some things that I took off my ignore list, some things I put on my wish list, and just chatting about this is way more fun than just. Maybe it's lazy, but I think it's cooler than editing a YouTube video. What I will do on here streaming is that as I said earlier, I will play the Lego Star Wars game. That's coming up really soon. I will just play this, if not everyone's revolting. I bought Black-Tail. I don't know if you guys have seen that. I will probably stream that. If it isn't really shit, I'll try to finish it. Does anyone know Black-Tail, or shall I bring it up very quick? If I can bring it up. Oh, I closed the window. Never mind. It's like a fantasy first-person game. Really, really odd. That's coming up. I thought I'd stream Uncharted, but it's not running. I refunded that, so that's not gonna happen. I will just on Discord. I'll post a few things. And just as a heads up for the next year, new Bloodborne playthrough and Demon's Souls. It's gonna happen. I'm sorry, but it's gonna happen again. That's just how it is. And the casual filler of a Skyrim playthrough. Those are the things I know. And I don't want to plan more, because each time I try to plan stuff, I fuck it up royally. That's why I'm not planning. It's not gonna happen. I was actually hoping to get like to 300 followers this year, but Dark Souls maybe, but that's a maybe. A really big maybe. I don't know. Not out of the question, but that's not even planned. But then again, who cares about the 300 followers? It was just have been a cool milestone for the year. Who cares? And I don't advertise enough. I mean, the way I handled the raid was not great. That's just, I'm not good at shit like this. I'm not good at advertising myself. I'm thankful that Sloth brought his community here, but I'm not doing the streamer things I should do, because I obviously either don't know or don't care enough. But I'm still appreciative. I'm really happy when people show up. When Sloth brings his amazing community over, but I'm messing stuff up like that. That's just how it is. Just not good at this. Not good at life. No, I'm just not good at being a streamer. That's it. I just do it for the fun, and you can probably tell. That's just all I do. But yeah, speaking of, thanks for everyone that did hang out, talk, chat, bitch about games, possibly. Let's do this. I enjoyed this, and it took longer than I thought, but I didn't have a time frame, really. I hope it was entertaining. Thank you for Sloth for bringing your people here. Thank you very much. I hope you had something to eat. Yeah, and I feel if I do it the way big streamers do it, I always feel awkward, and that makes it even worse. So I'd rather not do it. And you know, if someone likes the stream, they'll follow. If not, they won't. I think the more I put a focus on it, the more weird it gets. I will most likely stream on what's Sunday? That's the 1st, right? Yeah. And I tried to jump into Black-Tail, but for details, I'll just post shit on Discord. You know how it is. Thanks, Lady Louie. Thanks for everyone hanging out. There were quite a few people, and I enjoyed the chat. There was insightful things. Thank you. And if I don't see you on Discord or in Steam or in text messages bullshit, I hope you have a fantastic start into the new year. Don't do something dumb with fireworks. Just have other people blow their limbs up for your entertainment. It's far better than blowing your own limbs off. I should stop saying stuff like that. But yeah, I hope you have a great start into the new year. If you celebrate, enjoy. Otherwise, I might see you on on Sunday with not a hangover. I don't know. You buy wool instead. That's good. That's good. Thanks everyone for partaking in this not award show. And take care of yourselves. See you in the new year. Music is very fitting. Bye.